I had. Yes, Martin's here with us now.
Good
Can I just
morning.
say, yesterday,
Hello.
at the end of
Hello.
it, when we were talking about you coming on yesterday, and I started playing some of your songs to Kat, and I was dancing around the studio. They are just so emotive for me as a kid of the 80s. That sort of just brings back so many amazing memories. All the more now, there's sort of that push for nostalgia in the 80s as well. It's just even more vibrant than it ever was.
Well, the band started in the early 1980s, and we wanted to be as flamboyant as all those other bands. Like Human League, you know, Culture Club, Dexys, Duran Duran. There were so many great bands around at the time. But we always wanted to make music that people could dance to.
But
Through the tears.
Yeah.
Well, that was so much of it back then was also the look. We had Martin Kemp in not too long ago.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it and saying that it was like seeing the world in Technicolor.
Yes.
That was what he said, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
It was like this moment where it was kind of fashion met the Limelight Club, and everybody wanted to have a real kind of image to go through it. Was that something you deliberately cultivated?
I always thought the British film industry had shrunk, but there were always these very charismatic characters. If you went to a nightclub in the early 80s. So when you look at Boy George or Annie Lennox or George Michael, these are stars, you know. And everybody went into pop music. And I remember, you know, you'd jump on a plane to New York and it'd be full of English pop stars, British pop stars, going out to the States to conquer America. You know, it was a big kind of combination of things, And we'd had the 70s where people had leather trousers and rock and roll. We were the 80s. We were kind of, like you say, bringing up, you know, everything into the bag, you know, from cinema, from all those jumble sales we used to go to, the clothes and colour experience.
And Martin's mum used to make his own clothes as well.
It was all homemade. Maybe not now, but
Martin's mum didn't put zip in the trousers though, so you couldn't go to the loo. Did
Is that the secret of his success?
Yeah. That's why he hopped around stage so lively. You're going on tour, and you've got this extraordinary. It's Lexicon of Life. I'm going to try and hold this up because it's enormous, and then I'm going to open it.
I can't lift it. It's too heavy
It's
for me.
enormous. And it's not just an autobiography.
No.
It's way more than that. You've got... To explain what's in here,
Well,
Martin.
I was asked to write a book, so I started writing about my life story, a lot of my adventures through 40 years in pop music. And then I started recording some new songs with acoustic guitars and piano. But with the book, if I can show you, I wanted it to be dressed like me in gold Savile Row fabric. I have a tuxedo like that.
Pick it up.
Ladies and gentlemen. And also, Andy Richardson, the guy that was putting the book together for me, said it would be great for the fans to have a facsimile of the old lyric book, because I'm a lyricist and a songwriter.
Yeah.
And songs never emerge in whole, you know. You kind of rewrite them about 20 times, and in this book you get The Look of Love and Poison Arrow and all the lyrics and stuff like that. Like a printed
Because you
version.
actually saw Kurt Cobain's book and you were like, I want to do something creative with it.
Kurt Cobain, I love Nirvana, even though we were from the 80s. I mean, you played the Look of Love video earlier.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, when Nirvana came through, Kurt Cobain would never wear a straw boat and a candy stripe blazer. But it was kind of interesting, Kurt Cobain's book, where you went inside his mind and, you know, how he put his music together. So... I mean, songwriting's such a kind of...
You and Andy Warhol.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
He was a young man.
I mean, can you see it? I mean, the people you met, the experiences you had.
David Bowie for Look of Love. You just mentioned Look of Love.
We were in a studio, Tony Visconti's studio in Dean Street. We had one hit record, I think, Poison Arrow. We go in to record The Look of Love, and Tony Visconti produced all the David Bowie records, and David Bowie was around the corner and he came to visit his friend. So, you know, for a fledgling band from the Dole Queue in Sheffield to be there and look over your shoulder and there's the great man himself. But what was cool was he stuck around. He liked the vibe and the atmosphere in the studio and made a few suggestions. Did he? And we all tried to be as well-behaved as we possibly could.
And Look of Love Look of Love became this huge hit globally as well, across the Atlantic. I mean, that was massive.
And Japan, too.
All these years on, it is lovely to get on the stage and to be able to perform your hits, you know. And Look of Love, it was a very big international hit for us, so, The crowd get to sing the lyrics, and I'm very thankful for that,
And you're doing an intimate evening with... Now, you did the orchestra, of course, which was like a big kind of production. And now you're kind of scaling back with the release of the autobiography as well. And it's very intimate.
Well, from the book, I realised it would be great to kind of go out and meet the fans, basically. So we're going to play about 5 shows a week through October, November, and again in May, June, in a town near you, or in a village near you. So, you know, we're going to be within 10 metres of everybody in the UK. Play a lot of shows with piano. And I get to talk about my adventures and misadventures and my life as a songwriter with ABC, but also get to meet the fans and sing a couple of songs. Yeah, the pianist and the guitarist, Pete and Ryan, will be there, so we're going to have some fun.
Is the Tux coming, though? I'm a little bit disappointed the Tux isn't on today, I'm going to be honest.
He looks so dapper,
It's daytime Tux. Daytime Tux.
But, yeah, I mean, in ABC, there's always... I had the gold lame suit many years ago, so these days it's tuxedo.
Yeah. And whose idea was this? Was that... Was it you went to William Hunt on Savile Row?
Yeah, Willie Hunt's a very good friend of mine, yeah. And he said, I've got the fabric, you know, let's wrap the book in it. The book should be dressed the same as me, really. Yeah, for sure. Every author should dress like their book.
It's true.
It is unbelievable.
The tour came out of the book, so we're really looking forward to getting out on the road and doing that. Yeah.
It's really fabulous.
In October and November.
Well, look, thank you so much for coming and sharing. This is something really extraordinary special.
It is.
Any 80s fan, any ABC
limited
fan,
edition, collector's item.
Well. It really will be.
Amazing.
Thank you for coming in and sharing that with us.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Cheers, guys.
Martin's tour, ABC An Intimate Evening with Martin Fry, kicks off at Carnegie Hall, Workington, on October the 9th. Tickets are available now.
And his autobiography, The Lexian of Life, is available to pre-order now too. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Now then, our next guest is an incredible broadcaster, commentator, footballer, campaigner. He also happens to be one of my best mates.
And Chris Kamara, who you know best as Cammy, joins us in the studio today as he invites you to take a look back at his extraordinary life in the paperback version of his best-selling memoir. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
What a pleasure to meet you. He has spoken so highly about you. I mean, you've got a
Not all good, by the way.
You've got a very dodgy choice of character, for sure. But before we talk about your book, the last time you were here, I think, was in 2022. You came in with Ben. You were here too. How are you doing now?
I'm doing great.
Are you?
Yeah. I've got everything back, apart from the speed in my voice. So I've got the fluency, so the brain, when you want to talk, it's not interrupted anymore. It's fluent. So if you met me before, you would think I always talk like this. But as he knows, I would speak at 300 miles an hour and not stop to think what I'd said. But now I get more time to think it's no good.
So the condition that you have is a condition called apraxia.
Yeah.
So a neurological condition that sort of interrupts the neurological pathways, slows down your speech. It also affects your balance and your strength as well.
Yeah, it's dyspraxia as well. So I find it difficult now to walk downstairs without holding the handle and various other things, but that's all right. I'm quite happy with that. I can get by with that, and there's always someone worse off than you. So I'm fine, you know, I'm fine. I'm on the mend. I've stopped feeling sorry for myself, which I did at the beginning, but now I'm on the mend.
I also think when you read your book, that's one thing that you get. Actually, I've been listening to the audiobook, and it's interesting, just even the intro that you do, where I think so many other people probably found themselves with all different illnesses, but in a very similar situation where you know that there's something wrong and something's not quite working right, but you don't want to vocalise it and you don't want to say it, even to the people that you love the most, like your wife, Anne. And then you realise, actually, I do need some help and I need some help here. And that's when, once you take control of the situation, that's when it starts to get better.
Yeah. I'm not sure about control, but the people's reaction towards it, and you feel humble. You know, you think, oh, God, you know, why was I thinking stupid thoughts in the first place? I apologise to my family, and who were 100% behind us, and they knew what was going on, but inside your own head, you worry, you think you're going to be a burden, you think, you know, the worst things in the world. And once you get those out of your head, and the only way you can do that is by talking to people, and people reassure you. And the reaction I had was amazing. I'll thank every person out there who seems to get in touch and give support. Yeah.
We made the documentary about Cammy and what you were going through. And one of the things that I don't think either of us suspected, because you don't do it, we're doing it to tell your story, was when you sort of, you're impacted by people around you.
Yeah.
Cammy and I were making the podcast and we went to Lake Como, didn't we, with Como FC. Yeah. Cesc Fabregas. I know, they've got a football pitch that's right on the edge of Lake Como. Yeah. It was very romantic for the two of us, wasn't it? Yeah. The last time you were there was with Anne as well, and then he went with me. But we were walking around the lake, do you remember? And this couple came up to us and they said, we've just seen the documentary. My son has apraxia. You talking about apraxia as somebody who's worked in the media, suddenly to him was like, well, hold on, if he can do it, then I can do it. And it was, you're in the middle of Italy, in that beautiful place, and someone's coming up to say thank you very much for being honest and open.
It's been incredible. I'm working with Mikey Akers now, Mikey's Wish, and we aim to help children born with apraxia, any sort of speech conditions, adults who've had a stroke, you know, got Parkinson's, MND, or whatever. We aim to help them. We need the government support.
Sure.
And hopefully we'll get it and then we'll push on.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things about reading the book, and obviously not knowing you personally in the way that you do, but you've had such an amazing life, like so varied. It's quite like the Navy, a footballer, a football manager, two albums. Two albums. So how did you choose the stories for the book, and what story stands out for you? What did you really enjoy writing in here?
Well, my memory is so poor. So,
it really is.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it really is. So I relied on friends and family and people I'd worked with over the years to relay the proper stories that I thought I had written down. But no, it's been great. Colin Young, John Woodhouse, who helped me write it, were amazing and did all their research.
Incredibly patient as well, Kat, by the way.
Absolutely.
Really?
The hardback was out last Christmas and today is the paperback.
And it's been named Sports Autobiography of the Year, no less, up amongst some very sort of hallowed competition too.
I'd like to, once again, to thank everyone out there who bought the book at Christmas and made it Autobiography of the Year. You were there.
I was.
You went on the stage with me and he spoke better and eloquently than I could ever dream of.
It was lovely. The lovely thing was Anne was there, Cammy's wife, his long-suffering wife. And I do love... Just tell that Channing Tatum story, Cammy, because I think... because when you met Channing Tatum... This is classic Cammy, by the way.
So I did Chatty Man with Alan Carr. So I go in and there's Ollie Murs, Russell Howard, two Danny Dyers, Lily Allen. Yeah, Lily Allen, and this American fella, Martin Compson and Vicky McClure.
Yeah.
So I go down the list and I'm last on. How's that? You know, thinking, how am I last on? So they take one by one the guests down and they go on. And then before me, there's this American bloke left in the green room. So I go to the fridge, get a beer out. Do you want one? No, thanks. So they come and take him downstairs. So I thought, is he on? Anyway, goes through the doors, gets a 5-minute standing ovation. I've got no idea who he is and what he is. So I phoned down straight away. I said, do you know Channing Tatum? She went, of course I do.
Big fan.
typical you. If it's not on Sky Sports, you've got no idea.
I don't know if Magic Mike was, if he was the audience.
You say that.
You never know.
So absolutely. So she says, Eve, my daughter-in-law, loves him. So if you can, get a picture with him. So I'm thinking, how am I going to do that now? Anyway, I get taken down, and I've watched him gyrating, and
dancing
Alan
away.
Carr's doing it alongside him. So, yeah, so it's great. So he comes off, and I said, can I have a picture? And he goes, yeah, of course I can. Anyway, I get my phone out, open it up, and Google Channing Tatum is
Popped up on your phone. And you saw the fact you'd been Googling him.
And I went, sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't know who you are, but my wife loves you, not even my daughter-in-law. So we get a photo like that, and he's gone like that, right? So apparently it's an American greeting.
Right, okay.
Rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. So,
But you got a picture for Anne and for Eve, more importantly.
Absolutely.
And Channing Tatum certainly knows who Cammy is.
So I saw Channing's girlfriend, the singer.
Right.
Yeah.
Name her?
know.
He was married to Jenna Dewan Tatum.
No.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz now, isn't it?
No, not that. A singer. Come on, somebody.
Well, loads of singers. Katy Perry.
Yeah. No.
No,
anyway.
that's Orlando Bloom.
I've got no idea. I'm just naming singers now.
No.
Anyone in her ears?
Yeah.
They're searching it.
It was Jenna Dewan and then I think Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, not Zoe, Lenny
That's what I
Kravitz's
said.
daughter.
No. I know her, but I can't remember her name. Anyway, I'm at the Champions League final.
Okay.
Spurs versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
Madrid. So
Jessie J?
Jessie J.
Lovely Jessie, of course it's Jessie.
Her dad's a Spurs fan, so we're at the
cup final.
in Madrid over there, and she went, "Oh, he would have hated that."
Well, I know what I'm giving my dad when I take him on holiday next week. Definitely this book. It's the Sunday Times bestseller, Chris Kamara, Cammy, My Unbelievable
It's
Life.
an extraordinary
Thank
story.
Out now.
Thanks for coming in, Cam.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you as ever.
Lovely to
Sorry
see you.
that story took so long to tell.
No, it's
Keep
brilliant.
cheering for England. We're going to do it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
They're plotting,
Fingers
the two
crossed.
of them.
It's written.
It's
Very well.
written.
Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Our next guest meets dozens of entrepreneurs in the Dragon's Den, but today Sarah Davies is here to help you launch your own successful business.
Yeah, figures show that 1 in 3 people dream of starting their own business. So you're here to try and help some of our viewers who want to get started.
Yes.
I mean, how long ago was it when you first created your business?
Do you know, it'll be 19 years this October. And I started mine when I was still at university. So it was, I guess, side hustle. It's normally a side hustle if you're doing it while you're working, but I was literally studying full time.
And if you'd have thought back to 19 years ago, thinking, goodness me, this is where I'm going to be in 19 years' time, that, I mean, I imagine it would have made sense, yeah.
I never would have dreamed I'd be where I was. But I could always say that even just a few years ahead.
Yeah.
Someone would say, where are you trying to get in a few years? And I just think, do you know what? Take each day as it comes, have big dreams, big aspirations, but just manage every step along the way.
I mean, at the time, you were just 23 as well, weren't you, when you started?
21.
Oh, my. I mean, how did you do it? And are there any mistakes that you made along the way that, in hindsight, now you turn around and go, actually, I would have done that differently?
Yes, there are. However, had I not made those mistakes, I wouldn't be the person that I am. They always say you learn so much more from your mistakes than from your successes. So I think had I not been on the journey I'd been, then I wouldn't be the entrepreneur I am. And the greatest entrepreneurs, I mean, I've read a lot of autobiographies of a lot of big entrepreneurs, it's their big failures that really define who they are.
And teach you things.
And teach you things.
Yeah.
And what I try and do a lot of is kind of inspire and mentor other people so that they can learn from my mistakes. I had to experience them to learn from them myself, but I think by sharing them and being open and talking about them, other people can hopefully learn from your mistakes. They'll go on and make their own mistakes, but it'll be different mistakes to the ones I've made.
And then you've got a new role as well, haven't you, with Avon, which is exactly about that, about trying to open the doors for women who want to set up their new businesses and empowering them.
They've called me the Chief Inspiration Officer, which is brilliant because, you know, I work with tens of thousands of Avon reps now, all about how to turn their side hustle into a serious business. I mean, we have women earning six-figure salaries from what people perceive as just a side hustle. And my job is to, do you know, 9 times out of 10, give them the confidence.
Yes.
As women, we don't think we can do it. We don't believe in ourselves. And my job is to empower them, make them believe they can do this, and then give them the tools and tips and techniques. And I do monthly mentoring sessions with them. I talk to them about the mistakes I've made, the things I've learned along the way, and how can they be the best version of themselves and have a really successful business. You know, that's the key.
I think that's one of the things when you say, you know, you've got to make the mistakes. I think so often we're so nervous or frightened to make mistakes that you end up not doing
anything. That's the worst thing you can do is do nothing.
Yeah.
I think you've got to take that leap of faith. And I'm a really outwardly confident person, but still suffer from imposter syndrome, always having the self-doubt and everything like that. But every time I've achieved something big in my life, it's because I've gone outside my comfort zone and I've really pushed on to try something different.
Well, you've got lots of tips for us this morning. So the first one you say is to set up a business plan. OK,
so you know what they say? To fail to plan is to plan to fail.
Yes.
If you don't have a plan of where you're going, how can you work out how you're doing against the plan? Have you actually achieved anything you set out to achieve? It doesn't have to be a formal business plan, but write down your goals and your objectives. This is what I tell my reps all the time. Write down your goals and objectives. Where do you want to be in 6 months, in 12 months' time? And then you can measure yourself. And best of all, be accountable. Find somebody you can be accountable to, even if it's just your friend, or writing them and sticking them on the fridge. You're more likely to do it if you're accountable to someone.
You say, do your research. That's important.
Yeah, it's not about what you want. You know, people think, oh, I've got a lovely idea for starting a business. But if it's only you that likes that, you've got to look at who is the target customer. Did they really want this? And do that research. Even if it's just asking around your friends, do some focus groups.
What about social media?
Is massive.
Yeah.
Businesses it's a make or break on social media. Yeah. And what I always say to people is, if you're starting your own business, go and shout about it on social media, but ask your friends and family to support you. You know, the way all the social media algorithms work is the more shares and likes that you get, you know, then Meta will think you're really interesting. So even if it's just asking your mum to ask her friends, can you like me posts or comment on them? That'll really help with your engagement.
Build up that community. Engagement is everything these days, isn't it? You mentioned this already. What started as a sort of a side hustle for you has become your life and your business. Yeah. But side hustles are brilliant ways of creating a little bit of extra income.
Yeah, I'm all about de-risking, right? And if you're thinking, oh, I should maybe start my own business, I'm gonna throw in the towel at work, I'm gonna hand my notice in and we're gonna go full throttle, right? Well, what's paying for the mortgage? Yeah. Right? Whereas I always say, and because I've had a background in crafting, I see so many women, women especially, but women and men, who will start a little crafting hobby, start doing the craft fairs, maybe start a little, you know, Facebook marketplace, selling their wares. What starts off as a side hustle, all of a sudden, that could become big enough that you can say, actually, there's demand here. If I give up my job, this is the income that I lose. However, I gain 40, 50 hours a week, and I can see in 20 hours a week I'm earning this, and I can scale this up to here. That way, you are not de-risking. You are totally de-risking yourselves, and you're not running into, how am I going to make my mortgage payment?
Otherwise you make the wrong decisions about things. I know you've got loads more advice for us, Sarah. Yes. So you're going to stay with us this morning. You're going to be answering our viewers' questions
I am indeed. We've had some brilliant questions in just this morning, so I can't wait to get in and give people real life advice.
Thanks, Sarah. Great to have you here, and we're going to do that phone in a little bit later.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Wow. Never, ever, ever gets boring, does it, when they finally hear what it might be worth. Hilary Kay, Mark Hill and Ronnie Archer-Morgan all joined us now. Thank you for coming in, guys. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
It's an extraordinary show, Hilary. 45 years, testament to our love of watching you guys look at these antiques and the extraordinary things that the people coming on the show have at home. What's it like for you, and how has it changed? Because you only started on the show when you were A wee girl, really.
Oh, yes, short trousers. Yes, I started in 1978, so that was the second series. And it's changed hugely because when we started, back in the ancient days, you know, there was no such thing as the internet. There was no Googling. What I would say is that there were hardly any textbooks either, actually, on my areas of expertise. And so you had this amazing body of experts that became a kind of living encyclopedia. And you knew that somebody on the team would be able to identify this thing, even if you didn't know what it was. So I think that's changed a lot because we don't have that knitted knowledge exchange. And I think the objects have changed too. And you're looking at three people who have done quite a bit to do that. I mean, I was working at Sotheby's in 1977, and I was dealing with all kinds of interesting objects which were not conventional antiques. They did not belong to grand houses or grand people. They were domestic objects or industrial objects. And I thought, why aren't we seeing those on the roadshow? So it made it, I hope, a bit more inclusive. You didn't have to be grand to bring something along to find out that it was actually important, not necessarily valuable, but important and had a part to play in history.
Yeah. Mark, when I watched that clip, and even when you hear the music...
Oh, yes.
Because you were the same as me. I remember it as a little girl, and I remember it being Sunday and hair wash night before you started... Homework, before you started school again on the Monday. How is it now to work on the show?
I was the nerdiest kid, and I used to sit down and love the roadshow, and you know, it's literally a dream come true. I mean, I am the luckiest nerd in the world, I think, but I now get to work with these guys, and it is all about the team, as you said before, and sharing, and having seen these people on telly and now working with them. Yeah, it's magic.
Ronnie, there's a little bit of pressure on you guys as well, because if someone brings you something, you want to be able to tell them what it is, and you don't ever really know what you're going to see. Do you ever feel a little bit nervous that you might not... I mean, you've got a vast amount of experience now, but maybe when you started out, you might not be able to give them the full...
No, I don't feel nervous about it at all, because I've got these guys...
the backup.
As backup, working on a table with them, and I always have an idea of what something is, and if it's not my actual speciality, I'll take it to somebody on the team whose speciality it is, just to back up what I've told the contributor.
Hilary, you started in 1978?
Yes.
What... Over the span of time that you've been doing it, I can only imagine some of the things that you found along the way. But there must be something or certain things that either you know the story of the person who brought it along or the item itself that you will always stick in your mind.
Look, you're right. There have been a lot of things. And actually... To pick out just a few is tricky, but I suppose some of the really meaningful things have been linked to the war remembrance programmes that we've done. You know, one was a letter that I couldn't read out. It was from somebody who had died and was a letter back to their sweetheart. And the other was in Étaples at the Remembrance Day special, where somebody played a violin that had belonged to somebody. He found the violin in an antique shop and he put the pieces together, found the granddaughter of the original owner and played the regimental song on it in the middle of the graveyard. I mean, there was not a dry eye anywhere. I mean, those are the things, I suppose, which, you know, you feel are really memorable, but not necessarily valuable.
No.
Mark, you say you're the luckiest nerd in the world because you get to work with these guys and see these amazing things. We've asked you each to bring something from your own collections that you can talk us through. So what have you got for us?
I've got... It looks a little bit like a sort of cigar case or something, but it's called a penna, and it dates from the Georgian period. And basically, you could unscrew it, and it was everything you needed if you're a Georgian gentleman or gentlewoman to communicate on the move. So what we're looking at effectively is a Georgian smartphone, basically.
So how does it work?
So you would unscrew this part and you've got sort of inside here, you would have your quill, there's a little cutter for cutting your quill, and then down here. So it's quite ingenious. It's made out of brass. You would have ink. So there you go. It is like a multi-tool.
Called a penna.
It's called a penna. So that's my favourite thing.
Thank you. Ronnie, what did you bring?
Well, I brought an Inuit thimble guard. Inuit are the people that live on the coast of Alaska.
Yeah.
The coast where the Bering Strait meets Alaska.
Yeah.
And I bought a thimble guard, and it's carved in the form... It's very sweet, isn't it?
Very seal.
It's carved in the form of a spotted seal. And the spirit of the spotted seal protects the thimble, which lives on the thimble guard.
Wow.
And
where did you find this, Ronnie?
I bought this at one of the London street markets.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And how much did you pay for it?
I paid, I think, £120 at the time.
How much it's worth now?
If only there were some experts you could ask.
To me, it's invaluable. It's priceless.
Beautiful.
This was a lifesaver, believe it or not, because sewing the garments that protected themselves from the harshest conditions on the planet was essential. And so that's why they carved a seal to protect the thimble that made their protective clothing. They'd go home every evening after a day out on the, on the ice hunting, and the women would inspect the men's clothing and stitch up any faults in it, because any fault in the clothing, when they went out the next day, and they'd perish.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
They don't play the hit song, and that's the one song you just wanted to... And I also thought, you can't be bitter. This song broke all over the world, so this could be it. So I better enjoy it, and I did. And I still am.
And can we just talk about the video for a moment?
Yeah.
Because Jeremy Sheffield is in the video with you, who's currently, I said, evidently, he's in Hollyoaks, and his mum's trying to kill him in Hollyoaks at the moment.
Shout out, Jeremy.
Yeah, shout out to Jeremy. And this video, after watching this video, it was either me or my wife just kept saying, right, you've got to wear V-necks. I just want you in a V-neck jumper. A lilac V-neck jumper was all I was pursuing, because she said, if you can look like him, I'd be happy.
I can't tell you how many men and women asked me about him and asked me for his number.
It's just such a...
We had guys come and audition. That sounds kind of creepy. It wasn't like that. But we approached it like a
that must have been
casting couch. So it wasn't quite that.
And were they interacting with you, or did they just have to sort of...
The song was on, and so I had the director there, and they had, scripts to say, and they had to interact with the music, and so, yeah.
But that's why it's so powerful, clearly, because you've got a great actor in it, and the relationship and the chemistry between you was just so special as well.
Oh, he was wonderful.
Aww.
He was wonderful, yeah.
But this summer, you're heading all out... You've just done Isle of Wight Festival.
Amazing.
Was it? It's one I quite fancy, actually.
It's great. Great to take your family, but also if the kids go early, it's great.
Yeah.
Danced all night. Got to see Suede and Pet Shop Boys. It was fantastic.
Amazing. And then you're doing British Summertime Festival.
Oh, I'm so excited.
In Hyde Park, right?
Hyde Park. I'm just going to put Buddy's link down.
Yeah,
Buddy's
Buddy. Yeah.
And all-female lineup.
Wow, who's on with you?
So you've got Ella King, you've got The Cause, who I've just been on tour with in Australia, and Marie, and, of course, the amazing Shania Twain.
Shania Twain, who's just triumphed at Glastonbury, of course. Did you see any of her Glastonbury?
I did. I saw some highlights. She's amazing, and she's where I would want to be at that stage of my career, where she's just in gratitude, and she was just so... The main thing for her was how she was warmly received and that she's still having a good time. So.
Yeah. And you mentioned there The Cause. So you've been on tour with them in Australia. How was that?
It was amazing. So I'm actually really good friends with Andrea from back in the day.
Right.
And I hadn't seen them perform for a long time. Yeah. Me and my band were side stage. They are so extraordinary live.
Yeah.
So it was incredible. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them do their thing. But it's just... Hyde Park is just a great day out.
Yeah, it's a huge... And the atmosphere is always brilliant in Hyde Park as well.
Yeah.
Where's home, Natalie? Is the UK home? Is Australia still home?
I live on a farm in Oxfordshire. Yeah. I've got goats and chickens.
You've got goats?
Yeah, times have changed since the noughties.
and so you are working the land?
I wouldn't... No, I think I'd put me in the category of faux farmer.
OK. So
I don't know if collecting the chickens' eggs really falls into...
It's enough.
In my dream, I have a veggie patch, but I'm just too busy and...
How many
single
goats have you got?
parenting. So I've got 2 pygmy goats.
Yeah.
Are they indoor or outdoor goats? If they're pygmy, can they come?
They're outdoor. I'd love them to be indoor, but they're outdoor.
The problem with goats as well is they eat anything. So you don't want them inside your house, for sure.
They're very cute, though. Luna and Sparks, and my chickens are backflip and somersault.
Oh,
OK, of course.
Quite the...
So how do you manage it then? How do you manage it with your son and the goats and the farm and then going back to Australia as well sometimes?
I go home... Well, it's going to get tricky because big school stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So he's going into reception.
Right.
But I normally, the last 2 years, I've gone home for 3 months over Christmas because all my family's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so work's taken me back there and it's been OK. But this year, this will be my first Christmas here.
Right.
I think I've only done it once.
Right.
I've been here since my 20s.
Cold Christmas.
I know. I'm a little bit anxious about it. But Max, he's really excited about getting the tree.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult, I think, as well, when you have kids and if the family is over there to kind of like, I don't know, it becomes so much more important to you, I think, them having a relationship with your family at the same time.
Yes, and that's why I'm excited about school, though, because their friends become their family. So
yes.
Big school's going to be great for that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We've got Toadie coming on a little bit later on. Toadfish is joining us, Ryan, who's announced that he's going to be leaving Neighbours. You talked about the fact when you did that Torn video, you were a frustrated actress, and of course that show has been so important for so many Australians that have sort of had a little bit of exposure on that, some acting, and then moved into sort of the world of music as well.
Well, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that show.
No.
I mean, that show gave me... everybody here knew who I was, and so it gave me the opportunity to come over here and work. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. But you have to say, Toadie, I would say that character has made one of the biggest marks on that show. Yes. So it's a pretty big deal that he's going. And I wish him all the success in the world for what he's going to go on to next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's starting to direct the show now as well. I mean,
really?
Yeah. He's doing a course and he's been directing.
Okay.
So he's sort of not leaving the Neighbours family necessarily, but he's going behind the camera.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's also that thing where everybody thought it was finishing. Everybody thought it was the end. Everybody went back. We had Jason Donovan on the other week.
There was a big farewell episode.
And then it's come back again. And it's even
I mean, I was on the farewell episode. They didn't tell me that. I wasn't in on that secret. Cheeky.
Nominated for a Daytime Emmy as well.
I don't think anybody knew.
Unbelievable. But like I said, I mean, if it wasn't for that show, I wouldn't be about to do all these summer festivals and, you know.
And you've got some new music coming as well.
Yeah, so I've got a live album that's going to be streaming around the time of the Cause tour with a vinyl.
Amazing.
And I've got about 13 new songs, so I'm going to have a new album out next year.
That's brilliant.
And I'm in flow. It's great.
Well, because we also had on the other week, we had Jack Savaretti on, didn't we? And he was...
my neighbour.
Well, that's what I was just about to... We were talking to him about you because he was saying, oh, she had to go and... She learnt Italian to come and sing on this album.
Well, that's a stretch. I mean, I think he was being Jack.
He was saying...
Let's say I wrote out the phonetics, which is kind of horrible to say because I'm half Italian, sorry to my relatives. But he was fantastic, and I was like, please make sure it sounds good, because
the
my
Italian's got to sound
family
good.
will not like it.
Yeah.
But isn't he dreamy? He's great.
He was lovely, and he couldn't have spoken more highly about you. He was literally saying she went in and she was really brave and she learnt how to... Was that something you always wanted to do, or where did the idea come from?
It was something that's important to me for my father, that I was able to have a song in Italian. And, yeah, he loved it. But Jack and his family, because they live in the countryside, our kids play together and everything. Yeah. It's quite nice to have someone in the industry that you kind of socialise with outside, which I know you've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just loved as well, by the way, having watched the last series of The Crown, the fact that your song pops up in The Crown. I mean, we're talking about who it affects. Did you know, had they spoken to you, they said, we're going to use it?
Someone just... Well, I obviously approved it, but I can't remember.
No,
I mean, I'm at that...
an email.
So I'd forgotten, and I rang my manager and said, did I approve this? And they said, yes, you did. And I'm like, I can't believe it. And I had all these DMs coming in, and I was quite chuffed.
So
I didn't think I was going to get named...
No.
You know, the song was going to get a mention, so that's cool.
We should explain, there's a scene where the then Prince Charles is travelling with Prince William, travelling along, and the song comes on, and I think Prince Charles says, oh, I like this one, And William rolls his eyes or something like that.
And it gets the crane shot pulling out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've made it.
You've made it.
I'm on the crown.
You deserve the crown. Natalie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous summer.
Lovely to see you.
Good luck with reception as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now then, our next guest wowed us. Oh, crikey, I'm going to tell her how long ago it was. On the X Factor, almost 20 years ago. Obviously, she's since become beloved, a part of the Loose Women panel, but now she's taken a brand new challenge.
That's right. Brenda Edwards is becoming a director for the UK tour of Hairspray the Musical after starring in 3 tours herself.
Yeah, that's not all, though. She's also discovered an incredible new talent, Michelle Degwa, who's stepping into the role of Motormouth Mabel. And both of them join us today. Lovely to see you both. Congratulations, firstly, Michelle, on the opportunity.
Yes.
We know Brenda, we know her inside out. I've known her for years. And I'm excited that she's now going to be the boss. But tell us a little bit about your experience, because you did the open auditions. Brenda decided she wanted to honour a bit of Jamal.
Yeah,
doing the
and I came from an open audition with X Factor.
With X Factor.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you doing the open auditions for Hairspray?
Honestly, it was quite daunting, but I went there thinking I'm not going to get it. I just thought, you know, everyone go to these things, but let me get some audition practice. Let me just start, because I've always wanted to do it. So let me actually just start the ball rolling by just getting some practice in. And that was it.
But out of 3,000 people.
3,000?
Yeah.
Wow. But you've sung before, you've sung with the Gorillas, you've sung professionally.
You've got some form.
Yes. I've been doing BVs for years now, for different artists, and I love it. And I still do love it, but I want to just do something different for myself.
And the idea of a musical, then, that was the thing that you hadn't necessarily done. So what was your thinking when you... Was it just... It genuinely was, do you know what, this would be an amazing experience. I'll probably meet some great people. Brenda might be there, and that's it. You weren't expecting anything more than that, Michelle?
That's it. Honestly, that's it. I said, let me just give it a go. Honestly, just give it a go.
And so when you found out you got the part, how did that feel?
Overwhelming. I just couldn't believe it. I was so grateful. And these things never really happen, you know, those open cast calls where you get that opportunity. So it felt like, you know what, I gave myself a chance and something came of it, do you know what I mean?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting what Michelle just said there, where she said, these things don't happen. They don't just throw the doors open and go, come to an open audition.
Not in musical theatre world.
And yet this was so important for you, Brenda, because of Jamal too.
Absolutely. Jamal was always about giving opportunities and giving chances to people who would not necessarily have that. And the musical theatre world, it's so competitive and it's there's so many people that want to get into there. So I just wanted to give a chance to somebody that would not... Because if you haven't got an agent, you can't really get onto shows. If you haven't got a manager... It is. It very much is. And so, this is to honour Jamal's legacy, to do that. And it's just amazing that the Hairspray producers were up for it. They've been so supportive from when I started, which is why it was just an honour when they asked me to do this, that I was like, oh, my gosh, OK.
Yes, by the way, directing, being the boss.
I mean, that's a proper...
I mean, can we just have a moment for that?
It's a bit grown-up, isn't it?
Very grown-up.
Yeah.
The responsibility, how's that all going? Actually, Michelle, how's that all going?
I'm not going to say, I'll tell you that.
How's that, I mean...
It's really, it's a lot, and it's nice to be learning something new. There's another bow to my, another string to my bow. And, you know, because you're in charge of this, there's singing, there's dancing, there's LX, there's stage management backstage. It's all of it. And then there's the cast who are entrusting you to help them to tell this story, which is such an important story.
And even more so now.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, there's so much... You know, there's so much inequalities in the world now, and Hairspray, I think, was before its time in the story, that it's, you know, just talking about people that are smiling through the face of adversity and keeping on and being determined.
Yes.
And it is about having that self-belief, which is, again, what Jamal was all about, self-belief.
And it's so interesting how your role has kind of changed, but you've just not been able to let it go. You've been... Was it 10 years? Some way, shape or form.
2015 is when I started on the first production. And then up until 2022 was the last time that I was,
What is
keep
it?
coming back to it.
What is it about this musical that you're just like?
Hairspray is a fantastic musical. The music and the lyrics by Mark Shaman, who is amazing. They're phenomenal words, and it's a very poignant show, and it's very relevant, as I say, to today. So, you know, while we have to keep getting that message through, I will be there to deliver that message. Or should I say, Michelle will?
Michelle will be.
Brilliant.
Via you. It's a lot, but there's also a day job as well.
Yeah.
I know you're leaving here and
I'm going to Loose in a minute, yes.
The Loose Girls.
I'm not stopping what I'm doing. It's, you know, I'm multitasking.
Juggling.
And
Juggling like
that.
Yeah.
But so the rumours about you leaving or you live?
Absolutely not. No, unless there's something I don't know about.
Okay.
But no, I'm going
just
nowhere.
Got something to share.
Ben, you're naughty.
She doesn't. What I didn't realise, though, because it always feels like such a great fit, Brenda, you and musical theatre, because you're so brilliant at it. You've had so many amazing opportunities. But actually, it was Sharon. It came through the Chicago producers when you were doing X Factor via Sharon that you ended up in this world.
Exactly. And it is a world that I always wanted to be in. But again, I never had an agent. I didn't know how to get an agent. And so I just kept doing my thing and going for different things that were in Spotlight and things like that, but I'd never get my foot in the door. Yeah. And so, you know, it was Sharon that gave me this opportunity, and I'm literally running with it while I can.
Why not? And it's such a unique experience as well, I feel. Like, it's almost like being in a pressure cooker. Do you still keep in touch with everybody else who...
Ben?
Yeah. I went round to their house to tell the family. Yeah, when Brenda had got through. Yeah. I got to go round and actually tell... I was there when Brenda told the family.
Yeah, and it was such an emotional moment. It was amazing. And, you know, obviously, when Ben still was in touch with Jamal and myself. Kate, still in touch with Kate Thornton. Yeah. Still in touch with Fleur, obviously. Yeah. Fleur East, Andy Abraham, Chico.
It was a great year.
Yeah, it was. And Shane. Yeah. I'm still in touch with Shane too. So
what I love as well, though, Michelle, is if you've done BVs for a long time, as you were saying, suddenly you got one of the lead roles in Hairspray, so suddenly it's going to be you emulating the sort of thing that Brenda's managed to do and sort of get there. How do you feel about the fact that you're going to be getting your chance now as well?
I'm excited. I'm grateful. And honestly, I just want to let anyone know that it can happen for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can walk into an open cast call and think you're not going to get it, and then get it, and everything changes.
Give it a go.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're on tour from the 16th of July to April 2025. Rehearsals all good?
Wait, hold on. 16th of July, it's only a couple of weeks.
Yeah, all good?
I mean, we go into Tech Week next week. Let's not talk about that.
Right now.
It's something fabulous. It's an amazing cast, I have to say.
Well, look, you're going to go via our rosé wine setup over there. The thinking drinkers are getting ready to taste.
Oh, nice.
Then we have
I didn't even see that back there.
You got to be ready as you go and see the girls. We're going to count the bottles before you leave the studio.
We'll get you a to-go.
Yeah. Lovely.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
I can't wait to see how the tour goes as well. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
And whether it was Blue Peter, Pet Rescue, or even Top of the Pops, our next guests fronted some of the biggest TV shows of the 90s and the noughties.
But now sisters Anthea and Wendy Turner have gone from TV presenters to best-selling authors, and they're joining us this morning as they prepare to publish their latest children's book. And it is just gorgeous.
Oh, glad you like it.
It's actually perfect for those readers that are a little bit more advanced, but they still want a few pictures as well.
Yeah, we do say it's kind of suitable. That's a question. Who's it suitable for? And we say it's suitable for age 6 to 106 because you'll get something out of it as an adult. There are bits in there that will make you smile.
It's like going to see a panto.
Yeah,
a little bit of everyone.
And it really is like those moments between Charles and Camilla. I had a little chuckle to myself, you know, where there's like he's got the pillowcase and then the tablecloth as they're playing at Wimbledon. It's got just those little winks, hasn't it, to the parents that are reading too.
Well, we sort of have put Charles and Camilla in it, and they're the people that we hope behind closed doors they actually are. Yeah. And we think we've got it right.
We really believe now that's exactly what they're like.
Just a little bit eccentric.
So the books follow a group of mice, don't they?
Yes. So
tell us a little bit about sort of the premise.
Underneath the Underground is about the lives of the mice that live on the London Underground. They live a parallel world to ours. So if you went to Westminster, you'd find all the political mice. If you went to Hounslow, you'd have the British Asian mice. And they throw the best parties, and they were very big in our first book, which was The King's Coronation and the Koh-i-Noor Diamond. And on the back of that, we've written this because it was so successful. And we've got another one coming out at Christmas. So we were brought up on the borrowers. Yes. So I can honestly say, and we don't mind this and admitting this, there's a little bit of borrowers in it because they appropriate things that people...
And,
things that they lose.
So where did you get the idea from initially?
Well, we were actually standing at a tube station. I think it was Knightsbridge, and we were standing together.
Of course it was Knightsbridge, yes. Of course it was Knightsbridge. So glamorous.
On the way to Chiswick.
And we were looking at the tracks, and we saw some mice run about.
Right.
I saw some the other day, actually. I always look now.
Yeah.
And we started to say, oh, wouldn't it be funny if, you know, the ones at Knightsbridge are very posh and the ones at Wimbledon play tennis and the mice...
City ones.
Yes, city ones, and St Paul's, they're church mice. And, I mean, you get the idea. So the possibilities for stories... endless, really, like our imaginations with it. You know?
And, of course, it's so easy working together because all our reference points are exactly the same. So we don't have to explain anything because we go, oh, yeah, no, I remember that, that.
Of course.
We even remember, we come from Stoke-on-Trent, and it's obviously very much based in London, but we remember being so excited coming to London, going on the London Underground, doing all the sites. And we even, both of us, different times, but we had, like, an outfit made to come to London.
It's a very special
of course, that moment.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, though, that both say, you've got this intrinsic friendship and sisterhood. You're so close. But you had this big falling out. Our phone-in today is about family feuds and people that sort of fall out. And I think one of the things that they will sort of want to understand is how you heal a rift, particularly between two sisters who are clearly so close. Not what happened to cause the rift, but how do you get back together?
Well, I suppose in our case, our mum being ill and then dying certainly helped, didn't it? Because we had to pull together for the sake of our dad.
But also,
really difficult because it just kind of happened.
I tell you what we've never done, and I would advise a lot of people to do this, maybe if they've been in our situation, is there's a phrase that's in the North and definitely in the Midlands is least said, best mended. Sometimes you don't pick over things. Your sisters, you've got we just talked about reference points there. For whatever reason, you get back together. You don't have to navel gaze. You don't have to say, oh, we've got to have it out.
Yeah, we've never
have
dissected what went wrong or what went right, you know.
Because
we've never done that.
In the graph of life, of our lives, you know, Wendy's in her 50s, I'm in my 60s, the amount of... oh, dear. God. Sorry, 40s.
Overall unnecessary.
But the amount of time that we had fallen out was actually really tiny in comparison, relative to our whole life.
And that time that I bumped into the two of you on the M6 or whatever it was...
Glamorous.
M40.
M40 was.
Filthy.
I'd just done a Tough Mudder for the Stable Lives charity that I support. I was filthy. I stopped for a coffee. So I was driving out. And the two of you were sitting there. You were planning this book.
We were.
Yes.
And it's really odd we're all together now, is because we'd been in the car, we pulled over to that service station to get a coffee, and we'd been writing away and tapping away in the car because we'd been driving up and down between London and Stoke-on-Trent. It's a 3-hour journey and 6 hours all in all. And we just used it to create stories.
Amazing.
And that's what we were doing when we had a cup of coffee with you and my dog was cleaning the floor, finding biscuits on the floor.
It was just one of those random moments. You were sitting there with Wendy and it was no one else in that coffee shop.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, how you guys dealt with that. And it's like, and now you're best friends.
Well, I think we always are. We had an interlude, we had a break. Something and nothing. And I do think it's not necessarily... And I know people, you know, go into therapy and pick over things. Sometimes you don't need to.
I think it's really interesting perspective.
We just seamlessly
come back together.
Write together. That's what you did. That's what we did. It's called Underneath the Underground, Raining Strawberries at Wimbledon, and it's out.
Thank you. And I have to say, splendid publications, or else I'll be, you know... told off.
Thank you
Thrilled for you.
much.
We didn't get to talk about the mice, but they're very cute as well.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now, we promised you a style lineup. We weren't kidding. Showbiz is here with our first music icon.
Yeah, she sold 100 million records, placing her alongside best-selling artists like Elton John, Elvis Presley and the Beatles. That don't impress me much. So good. We also discovered that country singing superstar Shania Twain knows a lot about heavy building machinery.
Now we're talking. Let's take a look.
Let's go, girls. Obviously been a superstar for years, but now, with the announcement of you doing the Legend stage at Glastonbury, you're officially a legend. I mean, how does this feel?
It does feel official. It feels surreal.
Yeah.
If I'm being really honest.
With over 200,000 people expected to enjoy Shania's Glastonbury set, thank goodness there's a Shania train to help them get to the festival, where she'll follow in the footsteps of music legends like Kylie and Tom Jones.
It's a very wow moment. So many of my favourite legends have played this slot, so...
Oh, there's a lot of incredible names there, from, you know, your Kenny Rogers to your Dolly Parton. Big cowboy boots to fill then.
Exactly. Although I'm hearing that wellies are in order, you know, just in case.
Oh, I hope you don't get the welly weather, but that is classic British festival for you.
I'll be OK with it. I've got lots of pairs.
And if you miss Shania at Glasgow, she's also playing the BST Hyde Park in July. 2024 is the perfect year to celebrate her legend status, as it's the 25th anniversary of two of her biggest hits.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Smashing the UK top 10.
That don't impress me much.
Obviously, you've got all sorts of gigs coming this summer, and for the British fans, we have this very special summer tour edition of your greatest hits, wearing the iconic That Don't Impress Me Much outfit. And we were just thinking about the Brad Pitt line. Maybe it's time to change it.
Okay, so you're Brad Pitt. That don't...
But who could replace Brad Pitt? Well, it needed to be a current megastar, and Shania found him at the People's Choice Awards.
So you're Ryan Reynolds. That don't...
But who is our Brad Pitt?
We think Dermot O'Leary. So what I'm thinking is, please could you do us the honour of doing a UK version? OK, cue the music, guys.
OK, so you're Dermot O'Leary.
OK, so that was a really easy mistake to make.
We'll do one more. Yeah, Dermot O'Leary.
O'Leary.
O'Leary. Yeah,
I said O'Reilly.
Yeah, but it actually worked quite well. Oh, really? It sounded quite good.
Let's try again.
OK, so you're Dermot O'Leary.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah! Now, obviously, you know, you've said that they don't impress you much, but someone who did was Harry Styles.
Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high.
When you came out on stage at Coachella, you said actually it was one of the highlights of your career. Why did that stand out?
So Harry Styles is part of a generation that grew up with my music from toddlerhood. And there were so many young children at my concerts all those years ago, and they've grown up. Harry's one of those. So it is so special to have that compliment from another artist, having been influenced by my music.
Well, look, here in the UK, we love you. We've been on that Shania train for a long time. And we thought to ourselves, what can we do? We thought we could do a Shania plane. Then there was Shania drain. So that's the wrong vibe. We would never do that to you. But we did come up with something.
Okay.
That we thought hopefully will impress you.
Okay, I can't wait for this.
Look at this. Shania, I've arranged a little surprise for you with help from our friends at St James White City Living. I present to you the Shania crane. Yes!
Come on! Do I ever love this? Who else has a crane?
Exactly!
Can we just stop the tape? Now, at this point, we were just happy with what we thought was quite a funny gag, but then we discovered...
I love cranes.
Do you?
I was actually studying cranes very, very recently. I would have been an engineer if I had not become a singer.
This is like serendipity here. I didn't realize
I've been studying the history of cranes.
This is blowing my mind.
The designs of cranes. There's so much about counterbalance and, you know, there's so many ways to do it. The design. Did you know that I was studying cranes? I'm telling you, this is awesomeness.
You can go home now and brag that in the UK you have your very own crane
come on.
to use as and whenever you want.
I'm honoured.
I mean,
Well
who
done,
knew
Siobhan.
that she was into cranes?
She is fascinating. So we've done a real stories, you know, the show I sit down.
Yes, I love it.
So it's on tomorrow, so a bit of self-promotion.
Is she gonna-
tomorrow,
is she gonna be on it? Oh, my
9:20
goodness.
BBC Two. Her story is unbelievable.
Is it better than Sean's interview?
Shut up! No, but it's like you look at people's whole careers and her
Is that
story.
yes?
Like, bear in mind, her mum used to wake her up. Like she was 8 years old, and she'd go and she'd go to the bar after hours, sing for money, and go her stories are extraordinary.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't
proper
wait.
rags to riches.
Thank you, Sean, for that
Unbelievable
lovely
Thank you,
interview.
Sean.
Thank you
Brilliant.
so much. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. But anyway, while I was on holiday, right, I had a little bit of a sit-down with 9-time Grammy Award winner Sheryl Crow.
What was I like?
Huh?
How was it?
Oh, she was incredible. Really, really nice. In fact, it's so incredible. It's a good 9 minutes.
Oh.
Are you ready for this?
Hang on a second. Sure.
Enjoy. Take a look at this. Is here now. It's so good to see you.
It's nice to be here.
Oh, that's like a trip down memory lane for me.
It is kind of strange.
Does it do the same for you?
Yeah, well, I don't ever listen to my own music, so watching it, I'm like, wow.
Why don't you? It's so good.
I mean, when I don't know. Yeah, you just don't. Yeah, you're there in the moment, but then you don't go back and listen.
Do you never
to it.
catch yourself in the shower singing your own tunes?
Never.
All I wanna do
is have some fun.
And never?
Yeah, no, never.
I can't believe that song, All I Wanna Do, is... You didn't want to do that song, did you?
I didn't want it to be on the record because I thought it was sort of like a throwaway, you know what I mean? Yes. And my brother, who's 5 years younger than me, was in college, and he was like, oh, my friends and I love that song. You have to put it on the record. And I was like, okay. And then...
Can you imagine if you hadn't done... What a big mistake that would have been.
Oh, my... That song has taken me to Russia, to Israel, all over Asia, all over South America. I mean, it's the gift that has kept on giving.
It's allowed you to travel the world?
It has.
How lovely. Well, the new album is out. How excited, Evolutions. Tell us a little bit about it.
So, you know, I said I was not going to make any more albums.
Well, you did say that.
I know, I need to keep my mouth shut.
What made you change your mind?
Well, I'll tell you how I look at this record. This is my selling routine.
Yeah.
I still think that people don't listen to albums as a full body of work. And that was the thing. I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to keep making music and putting it out. And then I wound up with like a handful of songs, and they were all very of the moment. And so I called my friend, who's a producer, and said, I don't want to produce myself. I don't want to hear what I do. If you like these, would you make movies out of them? And he hit it out of the park. So I call it like a playlist of new Sheryl Crow songs instead of an album, because it really is just a bunch of my trying to sort out what is going on in this world as I'm raising my kids and the big questions that I have.
It is a scary world, isn't it?
It's very interesting. I mean, my kids say I was born in the 1880s, but I do remember when people weren't, you know, so locked into getting their version of the truth on a gadget, you know? So, and then bring AI into it, which is what evolution is about.
Oh, wow.
Very interesting.
So exciting. Has your kids been an inspiration to some of the tracks on the album then?
Oh, my God. Alarm Clock, I walked into the studio. It was the one song I hadn't written already. And I just said, I hate my alarm clock. I'm going to write a song called Alarm Clock. And Mike was so into it, my producer. And literally, I played it for my kids, and they're like, oh, this is awesome. Some of the other stuff they didn't like. But they love that song.
The thing is, when their kids say that, that's awesome, that's kind of cool, right?
I really literally was like, I have made it. My kids like one of my songs.
That's the thing. Yeah. Are they into music?
They're 17 and 14, so they're highly critical. And I think mostly it's like, they don't want to be embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
are they on top of you? They're like, don't do this, don't do that.
Oh my God! When I said I was going to get on TikTok, they were just like, no, you can't. That's so cringy. I learned words from them, like, oh, that's so try hard.
Begging it. So tell me something. I can't believe that going back in the day, you was actually a backing singer.
Yeah.
For some big stars.
Big stars.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that was really my first gig, was singing backup for Michael. Yeah, we played here at Wembley and went all over the world.
You were living the life before you was big.
I have had 9 lives, I swear. I was a school teacher. I was a waitress, like all great artists.
Yeah.
Tina went Turner. On the road. Yes. Wrote songs for Tina Turner, Celine Dion. Yeah, I've been very lucky.
Was it hard to break into the industry back in the day?
I mean, yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you actually had to prove that you had talent. It's so different now. And if I were coming out now, I wouldn't. There's no way.
What's so different nowadays, would you say?
Well, the self-promotion, the scrutiny, you know, and you're creating a brand that really is the vehicle for you to promote whatever it is you do, right? So it's less about your talent, less about not that there aren't amazingly talented people that are huge.
Yeah.
It's just part and parcel of what we do now. So it's very antithetical to me as a private, like overly emotional artist who feels like this need to express, you know. But then there's this other, like, you know, hi, y'all. You know, it's just so...
It feels cringe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I find myself doing it.
Yeah.
The selfie thing's weird, isn't it?
It is.
Like when you actually look at it, if you ever watch somebody take a selfie...
Oh, I see it all the time.
It's just so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, when you're walking around and you see somebody like... you know, it's just so weird. But, you know, it's what it is now, so...
Oh, unbelievable. Now, you are a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You've arrived, right?
I have made it. Okay, drop mic. No, I mean, it is actually very cool. And at first, it felt like, I mean, I've not ever been good with the awards thing. It's like, oh, that's really nice. Let me get back into the work. But this was amazing. It was like throwing my own wedding, kind of.
Well, that's the thing.
Without getting married.
Does it feel worth it when things like that happen, or do you not want to be defined by things like that?
Oh, I'll tell you what made it feel worth it for me. I mean, first of all, to be included in the list of names of the Rolling Stones and Tina Turner and the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix and Aretha. And I mean, the people that, I mean, I can't even imagine having my name in that list, but also being on stage and playing with people that really brought me here, like Stevie Nicks. I mean, I would not be doing what I'm doing without Stevie Nicks. And Peter Frampton was my first concert, and Willie Nelson, who's like family to me. I mean, and to look out and see the people who've been in my career from the very beginning for 30 years, it's just, I mean, it was very special.
Oh, so special.
It was cool.
Something else that must have been really special is getting that call to say, hello, Cheryl, we just want you to do a Bond movie.
Oh,
what was that like, getting that call?
That is... I mean, if you can imagine being a new artist, like newly cemented artist, getting hits and then getting that call, it's like, I can retire now. You know, it's such an amazing legacy to be a part of.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and you get to just do something so dramatic and out of the box of what you do normally. It was joy.
And what about you mentoring new artists? Because I know Olivia Rodrigo, she is incredible.
Love her.
So
I mean,
did she just like phone you up? What happens? Tell me about this new situation.
I'm sort of cool. I mean, no, I'm kidding.
You are cool.
Oh, I mean, I feel like the sweet grandmother of rock and roll. Come here, I'll give you some advice. I mean, I really cannot lend much advice because the world is so different in music now. But I've met some unbelievably savvy and wildly talented young artists, and Olivia is at the top of that. I mean, she's a very sweet and normal person for somebody who's come up in it. You know, her parents are amazing. all of her friends.
That's got to be the
are her
secret.
friends that have been there from, like, you know, they're not famous.
Yeah.
They're just people that she loves. And so I see, you know, I see a lot of hope in a lot of these young artists that they know what they're doing, they're writing their truth, and they're galvanizing like a, you know, a movement of young, not only young females, but just young people who see themselves being heard and seen in their music.
They're grounded.
Yeah.
Very grounded.
Yeah.
Now, Glastonbury is happening. Are you... Don't you just want to go? I
do.
Because you
I have to
performed
say,
in... Was it 2019 you performed?
Yeah, and it was so... I mean, this sounds so stupid. It was so life-affirming for me. Yes, because we played there 30 years ago, and then we played again somewhere in the middle, and then to come back and to have people know your music after 30 years.
Oh, yeah, everyone's singing.
You know...
What's that like when everyone's singing your songs?
I mean, it's the biggest high ever. I mean, without the hangover. It's just... It's so amazing. I mean, really.
Well, I'm going to get my own private concert right here in the studio today. I'm very excited. So you're going to take a song off the album. What are you doing?
Yes. Doing this song called Love Life. And it really is. I mean, it's so funny. It tells the story of somebody who, I mean, when I was a kid, you know, you couldn't drink until you were 21, and we would sneak into the disco. And you have these moments in your life that you know someday you'll be looking back on.
Yeah.
And the trick is to be present when they're happening. And that's, you know, that's really what the song is about.
Well, I'm very present right now. I'm very excited. You go and get ready.
OK.
I'm going to enjoy this. This is going to be incredible.
OK, I'm going to try and nail it.
All right. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Now, after making her acting debut in Biker Grove at the age of just 14, Jill Halfpenny has gone on to become one of the most recognisable faces on British TV.
But behind the scenes, she spent years struggling to process two major losses in her life, her dad Colin and her partner Matt, who both tragically died of heart attacks.
As she opens up for the first time about her battle to find happiness in the midst of grief, Jill is joining us in the studio to share her story. And it is a really sad story, for sure. But you also do this brilliant thing in the book, I feel, like if somebody was going through a similar thing and was right in the midst of all that grief and almost couldn't see the wood for the trees as to get... You chat to them like you're their friend and you talk to them like, here's how we're going to navigate this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to help people. I wanted a book for people that were really struggling, with the loss of someone or something. And I wanted to say to them, this is what I did that helped me. And give them some context and give them some story about how I got there in the first place, but give them hope.
Yes.
It's really scary sometimes in the midst of grief. You have this loss of hope and suddenly everything that seems to come like into your future can feel quite despairing. And I just wanted to say to people, I get it, I know that feeling, but believe me, like there's things that we can do that I think can help us get through it. And thankfully I'm now at a stage in my life where I can feel hope again and I can feel joy again. But that doesn't mean to say I don't have my dark days.
Not.
But that's, yeah, I wanted it to be like something that people could hold on to, like you say, like a friend.
It's like the tone.
And why now, though, Jill? Why did you suddenly want to write it?
Honestly, I was having a conversation with my agent and she said, have you got anything going on in your head? Is there anything you want to do? And I literally had just found myself saying the words that day, yes, I want to write a book. I had been thinking about it, but you know when you just say something one day and you go, turns out this is it. And then we set the wheels in motion and I pitched it to my book agent. And it was just one of those things where I do kind of follow my instinct quite a lot. And I thought, well, I've said the words out loud. Now I need to put it into practice and I just need to write it.
Sometimes it's when you put it out in the world, it's like, and now I've said it, so now it is so.
Yeah, and it's scary, but it's good.
At the beginning of the book, you talk about losing your dad, and I think you were only four at the time. And from reading it, you very much get the impression that there was never closure for you. It was very kind of... Grief was almost taboo and was hidden away, and not your mum was just trying to cope as best she could.
Yeah.
How did that affect you?
Yeah, I think that can happen. You know, it was 1979, it was the northeast of England. You know, we weren't sitting down with therapists. And we went into survival mode and we went into, come on, let's get on with it, let's do. So we just became like a big family of doers. We were just busy and we were productive and we got on with things. So externally, everything looked really good. But I think internally, we're all really struggling because sometimes you just really need to talk about how you feel. It's just as simple as that. And I think especially when you're little and you don't necessarily have the words, you need the guidance. You need someone to say, well, how are you feeling? Or maybe, you know, now with kids, they do a lot of art therapy, things like that. So I think what happened was I then became an adult. And I thought, wow, I've really skipped over a huge part of this process and I'm going to now have to go back and try and pick it up. But what was really difficult was grieving somebody that I didn't know a lot about.
Yes.
Couldn't really remember as well.
Couldn't really remember. It was really hard. But it's there if you search for it.
Yes.
If you connect with it and you connect with the feeling, it's always there. But you have to allow yourself to sit in those uncomfortable feelings and just be OK with not being OK for a while.
So when you tragically lost Matt, was that the moment where you sort of had to go back and unpick what had happened to your dad? Because there were so many similarities in the way that it happened.
Yeah, I just thought, OK, this is awful, but this is my chance now. I'm cracked open, I'm raw. Let's go and do all the work that I hadn't done with my dad and let's grieve them both together and let's see what I can learn from it and let's see if it can, in some ways, does this make sense, set me free?
Yes,
you know,
of course it does.
So that's kind of what
there's a catharsis from doing it.
Yeah.
But going and doing that, I mean, from your family's perspective, you're being very personal and very open, but it's their grief as well. How did they find the process and you doing this? Were they nervous about you sort of delving and sharing some of these things, or did they actually get something from it as well?
Yeah, they were really generous and really good about it, and we sat down and we spoke about it. They all read the book before it went to print, so anything that they were uncomfortable with, but they weren't. We were all really aware that we kind of all separately and silently went off and did our grieving in different ways, and that there's never a wrong time to then come together and say, you know what? We all had the same dad. We all had the same experience, so let's share it. It's just sharing something, just feeling less alone. And there's just such great comfort in sitting down with somebody and just looking into their eyes and just telling them how you felt. Or sharing memories. You know, my eldest sister shared some beautiful memories with me that she had about Dad. And she was like, you can have them now. And I was like, thank you, that's really nice, I will.
And they were memories that you hadn't heard before because you'd never sat down and talked about it?
No, and they weren't mine. There was some memories that she had of, like, playing Neil Sedaka and sitting in the car with them. And she was like, I want to give you these memories because I want to paint a bigger picture for you of what this man was like and what he meant to me. And so it's now like I have just a broader idea of who he was, and it makes me happy to have those memories.
Well, it's so funny because the minute you make those memories happy, because I know that your mum only had one picture of your dad, but there's a picture here of Matt and your little boy, Harvey, when he was little. And can you tell me what was going on in this picture?
Yeah, so we'd not long been going out and we went for a Sunday roast in some bougie pub in central London, and we all ordered sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah.
And me and Matt, you know, tucked
right
into
in.
ours, and we had no problem finishing it. And Harvey was like, you know, I'm too full, I can't finish mine. And I was like, that's OK. And Matt said, well, I'll have the rest of yours, Harvey.
Yeah.
And he just looked at Matt and then he looked at me and he just spat into the dessert. And I was so shocked. It was like a total...
Because it was quite a new relationship,
It was
wasn't
like,
it?
you know, you've got my mum, you're not going to take my pudding as well. And I was...
He was marking his territory.
I was shocked, yeah. But, you know, we laughed about it afterwards and, you know, they had a really good relationship, actually, but it was, yeah. Things like that, you know, they'll always be with me and they'll always stay with me, and it's, like... Once you've processed your pain, I think you can look back and remember your loved ones with a smile and with a lightness in your heart. And like I say, that doesn't mean to say that every day's a good day. It's certainly not. But I think grief work is something that maybe people don't realise, that you can actually do work to process it. You don't just have to think that you live with something and you don't know what to do with it. And in the book, I sort of explain the things that I did to help me through it.
We do phone-ins about grief occasionally with Deirdre, and it's always so painful to listen to somebody going through the loss,
Yes.
an immediate loss of a child potentially, or a partner, and the sense of bleakness. Because they can't feel like they're ever going to get to the point where you are, Jill, where you can look back and those memories actually bring them warmth and joy rather than pain and anguish. So what are some of those things that you would suggest people can do if they're watching today and they're struggling?
I mean, one of my mantras, especially on a day that I'm struggling, is get out of your head and into your body. And that's, for me, exercise. And that could take on any form for anyone that's listening. Whatever you do that stops you from living here in your head, because grief is so much about what ifs, shoulda, woulda, coulda. So just get out of your head and into your body just for 45 minutes or an hour and just allow your brain to slow down. And just allow those thoughts to just dissipate slightly. So that's one. Another one is I really practice gratitude now. Like I send a gratitude list to my friend, 2 of my friends every night, and they send me one back.
Oh,
and in the worst days after losing Matt, I just couldn't imagine being grateful for anything. And I would find myself having to write this list of 10 things, and I would, I had a nice cup of tea. Harvey seemed to have a nice day at school. And it was the tiniest things, but gratitude is like a muscle, and you have to work it. And what you realise is, when you work that muscle, suddenly there's just so much to be grateful for all the time.
Brilliant.
So there's two
really
little
simple
things. Really simple, they don't cost money.
No.
And it's just little things like that. But it is a practice, and it is something that we have to do for ourselves.
Well, it's a brilliant book. It's practical. The tone is lovely. It's like having a friend who gives you the best advice. Her book is out now, A Life Reimagined. Jill Halfpenny. Well,
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. No, the king of interiors, Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen, joins us now. I mean, we actually talked about it in makeup and stuff. It's such a great show.
It's a feast.
And the perfect show for you. I can't imagine anybody else doing this show.
I feel like finally, Lawrence, you are in your element. Like, there's nothing...
I've got my context.
Yes, these are your people, your tribe.
Yeah, well, it's taken 30 years, as you very unkindly point out. But it's nice to know that I finally got my tribe. But I think that was one of the lovely things about it, was turning up. Because, you know, it was a very simple idea as far as I was concerned. It was no kind of crazy, complicated telliness. Let's just make a programme that's not about property values, that's not about people's journeys, about trying to, you know, bring the builders back or whatever. Let's just celebrate people who want where they live to be a reflection of who they are, regardless of who the hell they are, you know. And some of them really want to just express themselves in very, very different ways. And the whole thing was lovely because we just turn up and people were so happy to talk about their lives and talk about where all this comes from, so generous with their stories.
Yeah.
It's a real, but it's a celebration of colour and eccentricity and joy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you described it, you wanted to be very much like Eurotrash.
That was always in the back of my mind. I had Antoine de Caunes at the back of my mind. You know, and that was such an iconic show back in the 80s and 90s because it broke through the greyshness. And I think that one of the things about television at the moment, and don't take this the wrong way, but there is a lot of beige around.
No,
but I think particularly in the property genre, it's either to do with value, which I think is irrelevant these days. You know, we've all got far bigger fish to fry than worry about how we can get another couple of thousand, you know, for our house or whatever. Or it's about this sort of idea that, you know, people have got to deserve a makeover or work hard to change things. What's lovely about this is that these are guys that changed it, and that we just go around there for tea. You know, we don't have any of that kind of sweaty sitting in the front garden, staple gunning bits to...
Poor old Linda.
Poor old Linda.
Poor old Linda. He's working her socks off right now.
I know.
He does need our help.
But it is one of those weird things. I think we're so inclined to think, OK, what's going to be the least offensive to everybody and what's going to make us the most money at the end of it? But these people, whether you're talking about Dawn or Estelle or... They are truly living in the moment, which everybody tells us to do. They're, like, absolutely embracing who they are, and they want a place that they can come back to feel comfortable, and it's an expression of who they are.
And, of course, most of them you don't even tell from the outside.
No.
So these are, you know, so it's not a showy-offy thing at all. This is an internal space for their internal space up here. And, you know, I mean, I'm not encouraging everyone to do it just like that, but maybe relax a little bit, you know, have a little bit more fun.
Let's talk about some of the properties, because I think one of the first property we see is the Treasure Island house.
I know.
Which is just spectacular. When you walk into any sort of house where there's a swimming pool slap bang in the middle of it.
It doesn't happen often, but it should happen more, I think. Yeah, I mean, and what's so wonderful about Dawn, who lives there, is that it's not even a house that she created. So this was made for Felix Dennis, who is this, you know, incredibly louche publisher.
This one here.
This one here.
Yeah.
And yet she is happy to occupy this with all his crazy piratage. And what I loved about it was the fact that this big Treasure Island theme, but then Dawn just brings in her furniture.
Yes.
So it's kind of like her furniture, like most people's furniture. You know, she didn't even try to go piratey with it. You know, she's just about owning it, and she does, floating up and down on her lilo with a glass of champagne. Why not?
In the front room there. This is, I mean, but was this the first time she'd been in the pool?
That was the first time she'd been in the pool. She'd been there for about 3 or 4 years, and I mean, you just think, why, Dawn? Why? But I mean, don't you just love that? Because so often you go around to somebody's house and they're so quick to show everything off, and you know, but Dawn's just floating around, you know, just doing Dawn.
Yeah.
Just being Dawn.
And then you've got other people like Estelle, who was in the 70s house, and it's like through and through.
Absolutely.
She is in the 70s, from what she eats to what she wears to how she decorates.
Big commitment. And, you know, and actually she's very interesting because there is, you know, there's healing behind that. You know, she says in the programme, you know, she was quite recently diagnosed with autism.
Yeah.
She had various issues with growing up, and this is her way of almost like rebooting where she is. But it's something that, you know, she's doing under her own steam and under her own terms.
And also not spending a fortune on it as well. That's one of the things that strikes me about a lot of these houses, that they do a lot of the work themselves.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that's got all the fish tanks.
Whoa,
Lauren.
Jack.
Jack with the fish tanks. I can't quite remember how many it was in total.
Yeah.
But also the engineering of that fish tank there, and how much cubic square footage of meterage of poundage of pressure, the whole road would fall down if it collapses.
I mean, this is what was so incredibly impressive. I mean, he's not an engineer. He doesn't come from any kind of background like that, but he just finds it out.
Yeah.
You know, he finds it out so he can do it. And then the really weird thing, I know this is so outrageous, home, so he builds this enormous, enormous fish tank, and you think it's going to be like The Little Mermaid in there, and, you know, beautiful fish and kind of everyone doing a samba. Actually, these are these ghastly grey things that he's fished out of the local river that are probably used to swimming around upturned shopping trolleys. You know, these are bottom feeders. So by the time I get in there, I'm the most gorgeous thing in there. You know, they're all kind of going, what is that?
You did climb in. And
I did.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
This is actually his front room as well. He's got an open tank in his front room.
Yeah.
But you're in one of your beautiful suits, Lawrence.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get into latex, am I? You know, talk about the chub rub. You know, that's not going to work. But I'm not a very good swimmer, actually. It was quite sort of... there I am.
The glamour of telly.
Love the fact I've still got my sunglasses on. Yeah, no, but it was very kind of... Everyone was going, would you go in? And I went, well, of course I'm going to go in. You know, I've got to be... That's it. That's part of it.
What everyone will be desperate to understand, though, and I know that you've done a series at your house, is what is the Llewellyn Bowen household like? Is this a sort of a sense of what you and Jackie do at home?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with the decoration. Just in terms of, have you got sort of outrageous pieces here and there?
So this is what the most wonderful experience in the world. After 30 years on television, at 60, I can now say that my house looks tame next to these people. Because, you know, yes, we live in this sort of, you know, fantasy environment that expresses us, but actually, you know, compared to the absolute bravery, the bravura of some of the outrageous homeowners who really don't actually ever see that they need to hold themselves back. And we, you know, I mean, as you know, we live with our children, we live with our grandchildren, so there's a sort of a background to family life. It's kind of a little bit mafia in many ways, I suppose.
Right.
A little bit cult, a little bit kind of, you know, little manor house on the prairie. But, you know, it is all about actually making sure that you do what you want to do. And our house is Cotswold Manor House, it's listed, but that, you know, these are problems that you can surmount. These are things you can do.
And if somebody watches it, and everybody who watches it will enjoy it without a shadow of a doubt, but if they watch it and they turn around and go, ooh, and they get like a bit of a glint in their eye and they think, oh, I quite fancy doing something here. What would be your tips? Like, how would you kind of make it a little bit more practical?
Well, I think the big thing is, you know, what will happen, I think, is a lot of people will just want to turn the volume up on what they're doing already.
Yes.
And I think that if that happens, my work on this planet is finally done. I have literally rubbed off on planet Earth and I'll be back to wherever I came from. Because I think, you know, lockdown kind of started it.
Yeah.
I think when people were stuck in rooms that they felt were very grey and didn't really reflect
A lot of your contributors started.
That's what they did, yeah. And that actually, if you're looking around thinking, I haven't got the bravery to do it, but then you see people who've gone absolutely right to the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, it can be something that's a bit empowering because we don't need to have rooms that have a telephone voice. You know, we don't need to have these spaces that are about, you know, keeping up with the Joneses anymore or impressing estate agents or anything like that. Actually, we've got one try at it, and your home is the only space in your world that you can control yourself. You know, it's absolutely all about your decisions. The minute you step outside your front door, people are judging you. But when you're in your own home, you can be what on earth you want to be.
That's what's so...
Marie Antoinette or Gary Antoinette, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Marie Antoinette. I love a lot of these houses. From the outside, you won't have any idea what's going on behind
So
the front
Brit,
doors.
isn't it? It's so Brit.
It's Outrageous Homes. It's on tonight on Channel 4, 10 o'clock. Make sure you watch it. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Pour gin.
Pour gin.
Pour gin. Enjoy. Visual
hello.
feast.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Suranne Jones is back on our TVs this weekend. But if you're expecting another gripping thriller from the queen of the small screen, then prepare yourselves for something entirely different.
Yes, she's swapping vigils for rituals as Suranne embarks on her first ever documentary exploring the chilling history of witches.
For much of history, witches and witchcraft have been viewed with fear and suspicion.
You had 200 years where women were terrified of being called a witch.
I'm going on an epic journey to uncover what led to some of the biggest trials in history.
There is a worry that witches are rampant and they are out to hurt the king and society.
Women were silenced. Women didn't have a voice. They were repressed. And it has been repeated and repeated and repeated. What do people think that they are going to achieve by sending those threats?
They shut you up. They want you to be so scared that you'll stop talking.
I mean, it's so different. Suranne joins us now to tell us more. It's completely different to what you've done before, even in the fact that it's a documentary and you don't know the ending of this script and you have to follow those twists and turns with it.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do this?
Firstly, I was just saying to you both, kudos to presenters because, like, it is a different thing. I get a script, I get the whole thing, I get to prep, I get to research, I get to rehearse. And with this, we started off with one story that we thought, oh, this is great, this is really interesting. And then the people that we interviewed started to uncover stuff, and then the narrative leads you. It's like a Who Do You Think You Are, in a sense. Only Who Do You Think You Are witches. And then it took us a year, 3 different countries, 3 different directors. It was a big thing to do and such a shift, but I loved it.
You've never been a witch. You've never been cast as a witch, though, have you?
No, but I'd love to be, Ben.
Oh,
so if anyone wants to, I'm here. I would love
You've
to.
got the background. You've done all the research.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, when I was younger, I think I didn't gravitate towards princesses. I love fairy tales. I love folklore. I loved. But I love witches and the wild women and the women that got the hands dirty, the women that were different, the magical, the rebels. And so I feel like this documentary has cemented why I choose my characters even in my 40s. It started right back then.
Well, it's so funny because they've got so much... Every time you talk about a witch in the documentary, got so much guts to them. What would you say were the characteristics?
So we meet Louisa McCormack, who is an art historian, and she's also a feminist lecturer. And so we looked at, the iconography of what a witch, you know, the green skin and the hats.
And they were the cats and the brooms, and actually you start to break it down and say, why did they have a broom? Why did they have a cauldron? And she. I was going to repeat what I said in the documentary, but there's a swear word, so I won't do that.
It's going against stereotypes.
Yes, it's about kind of them owning what people thought of what a woman, a cook and a cleaner, the cauldron and the broom, and they were taking those things and using them to fly into their own power and into their own feminine adventure and their journey. Only that's not what it was seen as a danger, but actually it was them reclaiming themselves and saying, no, I don't, the cauldron isn't for cooking. No. The broom isn't for cleaning. I need my own identity. So we met so many different people, and it just feels like it opened me up. I say it cracked me open as part of my history.
And what I loved as well, you say because it's Lancashire where you're from, and it seems like quite a lot of the darkness and the sort of the grit that you're talking about sort of came from Lancashire. The whole Pendle part was gripping, and that something sort of made sense to you. Then you were saying,
yeah, and so at that time, so the 17th century, you know, people didn't know who the rulers were, you know, whether Catholic or Protestant. They didn't know kind of what was going on with them. It was changing a lot as well, wasn't it? There was so much change, so much upheaval. And so a lot of so they say in the documentary that a lot of the people went to that corner of the UK and kind of hid.
Misfits almost,
and travellers. And I just felt like, I was a bit of a rebel when I was younger. That kind of suits me. I liked that, yeah. But unfortunately, King James was deeply paranoid.
King James I, yes.
Yeah, and he wrote this book called Demonology, and it told people to look out for witches. So people were then trying to clean up their corners of their communities, and anyone that didn't conform to society, they were labelled a witch.
And what was interesting about the documentary is the language that was used back then and the ideas and the books that were written and the literature about witches and how they were and who these women were is still language, actually, that we're using today. Yeah. It's just been passed forward.
Yeah. So we talked to Louisa again about the Malleus Maleficarum. Yeah. And that was an awful book, nicknamed The Hammer of Witches as well, by this monk. And he labelled women that they made a pact with the devil, and if they had any sexual feelings or were promiscuous in any way, that's because they were in this pact with the devil and they were a witch. And then the printing press comes along, and that book is then spread through communities.
Kind of like the social media of our time.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you have deep misogyny spreading through communities like we have in the internet. Yeah. And so when you think about it like that, these things that happened in the 17th century are repeating themselves.
You meet some modern day witches or people that certainly feel akin to them. You did a little bit of howling.
Love to howl.
You did a little bit of howling on camera. The instinct of the howl comes from just...
It's Natasha Khan here is Bat for Lashes. Yeah. So she does it when she's doing her music. And it's about basically owning that you can have a voice today and give yourself permission to be loud and to be heard. And for women, it's so funny because it feels so good. And so I've just finished a show for Netflix called The Choice. Yeah. I made the whole crew howl. So if you want to have a go...
Let's have a go. We've got 40 seconds.
You up for it? You up for it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're in.
Go deep. Go deep and loud.
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Shaggy. You sound like Shaggy.
Carl wasn't making much of an effort then, Carl.
Come on,
Carl, on your own.
Give us No. There's something very purging about it.
There is. Well, the Witch Trials is on Sunday, on the 23rd of June.
Yeah.
9 p.m.
Episode, 9 p.m. Channel 4.
Channel 4, second episode the following Sunday, or you can box set it, stream it from and watch
that's
both.
how to do it.
And will you come back and talk to us about The Choice as well?
Yes, I'd love to.
And this very smart Prime Ministerial haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. It's 50 years, I can't quite believe it's 50 years since the eco-conscious Wimbledon Common borrowers, the Wombles, shot to fame across the globe.
But it wasn't just their stories about recycling rubbish that captured the hearts of millions, it was their music.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon Common are we. Remember you're a Womble. Remember you're a Womble. Remember you're a Womble. Remember you're a Womble. Well, I wish it could be a Wombling Merry Christmas every day. Come on along, get your boots on. The Wombles are on parade.
Well, look, we're thrilled to be joined by Mike Batt, who's the man behind the Wombles hits, to take a look back at their legacy. Morning to you, Mike.
Morning. Lovely to see you.
Morning.
50 years. Can you quite believe it?
I can't believe I'm here after 50 years. But, you know, I mean, it was so much fun that I can't not remember it. I mean, of course, I mean, the expression, remember you're a Womble, people shout it at in the street, you know, at me.
Do they?
Remember you're a Womble? I say, yes, I can't forget.
Yeah,
you won't let me forget. But I really enjoy it. I mean, when people say to me in interviews, not unlike this kind of interview, you know, do you ever regret the Wombles because you're supposed to be sort of, you know, wrote Bright Eyes and all the serious stuff and everything. Well, not that Bright Eyes is that serious, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
And I say, no, I couldn't possibly. I mean, my mum made the costumes. My family was... The amount of joy that we just got as people, you know, for just doing this, even though I set out to be like a serious musician and everything, and I'd like to think I still am, but it was just such a lot of fun. But to have 3 records in the charts at the same time, which happened in June exactly 50 years ago, so this is exactly the 50th anniversary, that is... You just asked me, do I believe it? No, but we knew at the time that it was special because it was the first time since the Beatles had done it.
Yes, so the Wombles basically were the first ones since the Beatles to have 3 albums at the same time. But just go back though, Mike, because you didn't create the Wombles, but you got to write the music for the Wombles.
That's right, yeah. I signed as an artist with Liberty Records, and then I left and became freelance, and I was starting to do jingles and stuff to make money on the side while I was trying to become a pop star. And I got this job to write some music for the thing called the Wombles, which was puppets, this side. And I said, why don't I write a song for you, and then I can mention Great Uncle Bulgaria and Tobermory and people like that. And they said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I did it, and then I couldn't get the attention of my record company, who just thought it was a side project, like a TV thing.
Yeah.
So I rang up my mum, who was very good at making costumes. I said, Mum, do you think you can make me a Womble costume? Because record companies want to see the artist, and they want to know... They say, I worked with the artist, you know.
Yeah.
And so my mum made me a costume out of really things round the house. She actually got Wombly things, like a ping pong ball for the nose. I don't want to give away too many secrets.
Trade secrets,
because the Wombles we've got here are real Wombles. They're not in costume.
Of course, absolutely.
But the ones that were in costumes had like a washing up mat for the nose and that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, that was what it was, and that's how it all started. And suddenly I had a hit as a Womble. I thought, well, I must have another hit, because I'd already promised myself I would follow up. And then we had Remember You're a Womble, and then we thought, oh, we'll have another one, Banana Rock, and that happily all happened at the same time. And instead of dropping out of the charts, they kept in the charts, and so weirdly we had 3 in there at the same time.
I think the really interesting thing, though, is you saw the advertisement in the NME. You were like 18 at the time. You wrote the song, but instead of taking the £200, you wanted the rights.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I could have...
clever.
I could have done with that £200.
Of course.
In 1974, £200 was what, £2,000?
A Decent lot bit of money.
Yeah,
and 18.
I said, I'll tell you what, why don't you give me the character rights for musical purposes? Not everything, not the books or, you know, and underlying character rights, but let me have the character rights for entertainment. And they said, fine, that's not in our business plan, you can have that, no problem. So that's how we then had the hit and the pop group. My mum made some more costumes, not just the one.
Yeah.
And off it went, and it seemed to take over the country, at least. Thankfully, not the world, because it means that in places other than Great Britain, I get to be called Mike Batt, the they've never heard of the Wombles.
They're not the Womblers, yeah.
So
it's an amazing thing, because my first thing... Well, we loved the Wombles growing up, but I was... 1974 was the year I was born, Mike, so it's my 50th, so I feel very connected to the Wombles. But my first experience was you guys performing, with Wombles performing a Christmas special on The Word.
Yeah, and I seem to remember, they told me you were in the audience, because I just heard that today, and I stage dived into the crowd, and instead of catching me and passing me round and putting me back on stage, they just parted
Everyone
like
got out of the way.
They parted like the Red Sea, and I just smashed onto the ground.
There you are, love.
That's me. And this is 1994, so 30 years ago, Mike. It was a bit later. There's me, and I went with a few of my mates. We got some tickets to The Word, which was a big show at the time.
Yeah, it was a very cool show.
It was, hence me being very cool.
Of course, you're so cool.
What on earth was I thinking? Oik from Essex in a bandana, for heaven's sake. But it was the most amazing experience.
But you also performed at Glastonbury too, right?
We did. The last time, I was going to say, if these were costumed Wombles, the last time that the costumes would have been out would have been in 2011, when we did Glastonbury. We did a whole 1 hour live set, playing live, singing live, everything. Because on top of the pops, you had to mime.
Yes, of course.
But this was...
So you were playing and singing live as well?
Glastonbury, yeah. Yeah, and it was 82 degrees heat before you got your Womble costume on a sunny day.
Yeah,
and
absolutely boiling.
Yeah, we had a great big fan that was...
Just to try and keep you alive. So you're releasing the album, The Wombles. It's a golden 50th anniversary celebration, the remastered singles.
50 years.
There you go.
And it is out on Friday, that album.
It's like, I don't know whether they've got time for me to tell you, but the thing I've been doing at the moment is putting together to bed the edit of my book, which is weirdly, here's publishers for you. It's about my life and all the more serious stuff I've done, like,
Katie Mellower.
Yeah, 9 Million Bicycles and all that. But obviously a couple of chapters on the Wombles. And, of course, the publisher said to me, there must be a Womble on the front. But what we did, it was a sort of compromise. With this one where you're not supposed to take your head off as a Womble.
No, of course
you're not allowed. But we did one backstage shot, which I did when I was 23 or something, in the old days. And I've got the head like this, and I'm looking at it, and it's me, and I'm looking at it as if to say, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's a bit Hamlet, isn't it?
Still there,
To be or not to be.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I think there's
the Womble okay?
The Wombles are getting ready.
He's still wombling. We're okay.
His back's gone.
Great Uncle Bulgaria's back's gone, yeah.
His back's gone.
So are we going to have a bit of music then?
Yeah.
Because if we're going to have a bit of music, I feel
Are we going to recreate my...
You might need a bandana.
My bandana.
You've got things to
Because he had a bandana, and I think you might also need your waistcoat. Do you know how to tie a bandana?
I don't even remember. I don't even know how I tied it in the first place. This is me there.
Yeah.
With my bandana on.
OK, put your waistcoat on. Come on, get your guns out.
What's this festival gear?
This is what I was wearing that day, 1994, Mike.
Let's go back to the 90s.
Well, I know what I was wearing that day.
Yes, I know what you're wearing as well. Wombling costume. Time for a bit of music from the Wombles themselves. Orinoco, Wellington, Bungo and Great Uncle Bulgaria are performing one of their biggest hits. This is the Wombling song.
Go get it.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, come on are we. Making good use of the things that we find. Things that the everyday folks leave behind. Uncle Bulgaria, he can remember the days when he was behind the times. With his map of the world, pick up the papers and make them into something new. Is what we do. People don't notice us, they never see. Under their noses our Womble may be. Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, coming our way.
Yay! Bravo, bravo, bravo! Hola, yesterdays.
Happy birthday to all the Wombles. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Absolutely brilliant.
I don't know why I stopped wearing a bandana.
Me either. I think you should wear it for the rest of the show.
Suits you.
Can
It
we
feels
cook
very...
in it? Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. Next guests are two of Strictly's brightest stars who both waltzed into last year's final.
But today they're swapping the ballroom for our sofa.
Dancing into the This Morning studio, Vito Coppola and Diane Buswell.
Good morning. Beautifully timed, you guys.
It's almost like you're professional dancers.
I know.
A little bit panache.
Perfect. And you've both been announced. You're on the show this year. Are you excited?
Oh, very excited. I always say it's going to be my 8th year, but it still feels like my first. Like, the excitement is still so real. I love it.
Yeah, we cannot wait to start. You know, I feel like the kid when you're before the Santa...
Before Christmas, yeah.
And you're there, you're waiting, and it's like this every single time. You know, we're that surprise, just lots of excitement, and we cannot wait to start.
How long is it, Dan, before they get in touch post one season, knowing that you're definitely going to be in the next one? And what's that period like? Because I think you've just finished the tour as well, and the professionals tour.
Yeah, so we do the Strictly Live tour sort of straight after the show in January, and it's sort of not long after that we kind of find out that we're back or not. But yeah, every year you still just hope you just don't know. So you really hope, and it's very exciting.
We're super excited.
What do you think is the secret to the success of the show? Because, I mean, it's been in the book of Guinness World Book of Records. There's been a spin-off in 38 different countries. There is just something about this show that everybody loves, of all different ages.
Yeah, I think definitely the fact that there is so many different levels that come into the show, so many different ages. So there really is something for everybody. You know, you have little kids watching to grandma and grandpa, and everyone can get together and watch it as a family, which I feel like there's not that many shows around that you can actually sit with your grandma, grandpa, your cousins, sisters, whatever it is, and all enjoy the show together. So it's a real family show.
Unique show. It's approachable and it's likable. Everyone loves it. It's very family, and everyone is watching. And through our show, we are able, to bring joy to the people. We get so many messages. People get in touch with us. They're like, listen, we wait the entire week just to watch you because we love watching you. And it's about, love, an exchange of love constantly. So
there's a lot of love on the show. We can come to that. But Vito, I wonder how it's changed your life, coming over and doing Strictly and being part of the whole Strictly world.
My life has changed completely. I couldn't imagine that it would have been, this, and when I got the call and I was in Milan, I remember I was working, I said, what? Is it true? 1 second, can I call you in 5 minutes just to metabolize it? And look at me today. I would never, ever imagine to be here today and, to share all this beautiful experience. It's just, mind-blowing.
Yeah, you've just finished the tour. How was that?
It was really good. Yeah, the pro tour. We had so much fun. We do what we love. It's quite amazing, really, and we get to
Does
put
it
on
get
a show for
competitive
people.
amongst you, though?
It really doesn't. No,
You're not all trying to do an extra flip or an extra twist or an extra turn.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't.
You're family, okay.
We really enjoy the time together. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
And am I right in saying that Ellie came and saw you on tour as well?
Yeah, both came. Ellie and Bobby came. Ellie came in Nottingham because she was on tour, and Bobby came in London to watch us. Every time it's and the family becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just amazing.
And it's so amazing when you're performing, when your student, as you say, is in the audience, because you feel like, they're going to be watching me for my technique. They're going to look what I taught them. And,
that's
interesting. It's really
you put yourself under more pressure because you want to impress them as well.
I mean, they're impressed anyway, aren't they?
I mean, obviously, Strictly's been in the news recently because Giovanni is stepping down because the allegations that he has denied. I wonder how you both feel that might change your approach with the celebrities this year, whether it will have an effect.
Honestly, we are just very excited to, every year, to start a new season. And we are grateful that we are able to share another beautiful season all together. And we are looking forward because this season is going to be, special because Amy is back.
Yeah, Amy's back. Yeah. It's the 20th year this year. So there's so many positive things.
Yeah, and we, always, what we say also to our celeb, look, always the glass are full. And that's what we are doing.
Do you ever, Diane, I wonder with your partners, have you ever had partners that couldn't cope with the pressure or how you're teaching them and you've had to taper or tailor your technique techniques for training to manage, you know, how they're dealing with, because it's a lot of pressure for you guys, but also those celebs dancing every day when they're not known as that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I change my teaching style with every single celebrity that I'm given, because they're all so different. They've all got different qualities about them, and it's about, you know, getting to know them, and you really do understand how to teach them in the right way. So, yeah, it changes year on year for me. I think that's why I love it so much, because it's so interesting. It's never the same. Like, you will never go into a year and it will be the same as last. So I love that part about it.
We learn a lot also from our celeb, you know. So we
Yeah.
kind of, our way of teaching is like mirroring. So I know who I have in front of me, and we are able to adapt our way of teaching. It's like, you know, a dress. We suit the way of teaching like a dress on you.
Analogies.
On you is completely, you know, unique and different. It's not like the previous one. It's not gonna be the same for hopefully the next year. So it's just unique and very original.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the best results as well. You guys are actually going to go on tour yourselves, just the two of you?
Yeah.
So how did this come about, and what are you doing?
So I feel like Vito and I are like each other, but in a, like, you're the female version of me and I'm the male version of you. We're like, does that make sense?
The other way around.
You understand what I mean.
Yeah, we always say, like, you know, when we met, and Diane was the first person I met when I came to Strictly, I felt like, maybe you felt this feeling, you meet someone, it's like, oh, you know, I know already this person since ages, you know? And we felt like probably we are, you know, far cousin, also because you are half Italian.
I'm half Italian, actually, so, you know.
Look, everything makes sense because we like to also to match.
Today
and
we're actually the Italian
look, because
flag.
like white, green, and red, because of course red, and because the show is called Red, Hot and Ready. So I feel like it's definitely red, it's definitely gonna be hot, you know, full of things that we cannot wait to share, and ready because we were born ready.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's not just going to be dancing, right? Are we going to see some of the other hidden talents that you have?
We are, yeah. It's going to be a very fun show for us, because we're going to delve into things that, you know, a lot of people probably haven't seen us do before. For example, I've been getting into a lot more acting recently. The last 2 years, I've really been studying that, and I want to showcase that. You and your singing and your instruments. And,
so you're going to be singing, Vito?
I mean, I'm working on my voice, you know, and I'm trying to be on the tone, you know, like do, re, mi, fa, sol. I think I'm on the sol note.
So, okay. I'm trying to... A few more to go.
I'm trying to
slowly but surely.
But for sure, it's not going to be just a dancing show. Of course, it's like a ballroom and Latin. This is our discipline, you know.
Yeah.
We start from there, and after, you know, we spread. It's like a tree, you know, and all the... How you call the
branches.
Of the tree?
Branches?
The branches of the tree. It's like, you know, different styles. We like to improve ourselves. In this period, we are, you know, just a full immersion. As long as you keep improving yourself, you know, and you develop your ability, you develop your versatility, your skills, you know, it's just... We just want to give the best show to the people. Because
we're getting a lot of the passion.
We're coming back in just 1 second.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
I actually did tell my sons that you were coming on our show today, and I am officially the coolest mum on the planet right now.
Oh, that's a nice thing to hear.
They are so excited that you're here with us, and I'm going to bring them on your tour, because you've been doing this tour. So you did 2022, 2023, and now you're back with a new tour now.
Yeah, it's been so unexpected. I put this together in 2022. It's all about the oceans and about kind of bringing oceans to life on stage, conservation, anatomy, biology, all the stuff that comes with it. And thought, yeah, we'll do that once, it'll be grand. And it sold out in a heartbeat, so we thought we'll do it again. And that sold out in a heartbeat, so we went, well, do it one more time. And this one's almost sold out already, and we're in June, and it doesn't happen until October.
Yeah. Wow.
So clearly there's a massive appetite out there for positive, empowering stories about the oceans and everything that live there.
The lovely thing, I think, though, Steve, is that Kat's boys are 6 and 8.
Yeah.
And yet it's not just young children who are interested, and you've got PhD students coming in as well. That, like, the range and the interest and the value that is in the show isn't just for little ones. There's tons in there.
It makes it complicated for me.
I bet.
Because I've got to be aware that, you know, there could be anyone in the audience from a 2 or 3-year-old up to, as you say, university professors, and you've got to find a way of being able to talk to all of them. And it's really interesting, actually, because you find that youngsters, I'm not sure if you agree with this, Kat, but at around that 6 or 7 age range, will take in more factual content, more facts than any adult ever would.
Like sponges.
Sure.
They are like sponges, and they are not intimidated by hearing things that they don't know, and they will take on an inordinate amount of facts. But you do have to be careful with how you present the conservation content. So you've got to be very, very careful that it doesn't have that overwhelming sense of gloom.
Too
and
big.
Yes, exactly. So the problems that we posit in these shows always have to have an element of positivity about them, a way that you're putting the power of change into young people's hands so that it can be empowering for them, rather than having that crushing, overwhelming sense that the planet's problems are too big for them and there's nothing they can do about it. But once you balance that, it's a fabulous challenge, because you can throw anything at young people in terms of facts and they'll embrace it.
Yeah, but it's also, Steve, yes, for sure, my boys love nature, they love animals, they love learning, they love retaining facts, but it's the way you do it. You do it so brilliant. It's like the mixture of fun and panto and TED Talk and magic and poo and goodness else knows what.
Well, I think that there's a kind of knack to storytelling, and I think it's very different, that part of things, to how we would perhaps do things for adults.
Yeah.
So when we're doing natural history programmes for adults, there's a big part about embracing your inner geek. You know, a lot of us, we've been nerds our whole life. We maybe weren't the most popular people at school, but now we've got the opportunity to embrace that as adults. That doesn't work quite so well with youngsters. With youngsters, everything has to be filled with excitement and adventure and action and humour. And if you can do all of those things, then you just bring them along with you on a tidal wave of excitement. Tidal wave?
Yeah, there you go.
Of excitement. So, yeah, it's been a very, very surprising journey. I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to do it again, and that you guys are coming along as well.
Brilliant.
So, and talking about some of the things that you're bringing to the stage, because it's not just you talking, as Kat was saying.
No.
And there's some physical elements to this as well, Steve, that are going to be, that you've got to try and you've got to create on stage to give the audience an understanding of the scale of what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we really struggle with in television is that sense of scale.
Yes.
You're talking about wanting to swim alongside a whale shark, and you just be completely overwhelmed by the size and scale of the animal. But actually, when we're doing that on screen, that's almost impossible to do. You know, we're showing things that people are going to watch on their tellies, possibly even on their phones. So how do you get any sense of quite how big these animals are? In some cases, it is absolutely overwhelming. But on stage, I can do that. I can have a life-sized replica of some of the biggest animals ever on stage. If you've got the right size of stage, they have to be pretty big. And you hear these gasps from people the second you bring a life-sized whale out onto stage, that it really can actually be that big.
And that's what I think is so infectious about all of your programmes, actually. It's like that moment when you met the orca and you were free diving, when you managed to hold your breath for 8 minutes, up to 8 minutes, 6. And you're kind of almost dancing together, and then when you come out the water, that level of excitement that you feel is palpable as you watch it.
Yeah, this particular one, we were filming for about 10 days, and most of the time the orca just cruised on past us. There's lots and lots of food in the area, so they're focused on finding the giant shoals of herring that they're feeding on. And despite them being one of the most intelligent animals on the planet, most of the time they completely ignore you. But this one single female, she spotted me from a distance and came in, as you can see here, circled around and around and around, eyeballing me the whole time. Then someone did the same with my camera operator, and then came back and went round me again. She stayed with us for, I don't know, 45 minutes, popping up alongside the boat, spy hopping out to look at my crew on the boat. She even rolled over onto her tummy like a big, like our dog here, like Buddy here, just wanting to have her tummy scratched. It was just amazing.
That's the power you weed still.
Yeah.
We'll feedback to all.
Tickets for the tour are on sale now on your website.
Amazing. Steve, thank you so much for coming in and sharing some of that with us.
Welcome.
It's always lovely to see you. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Oh, you can tell the kids absolutely loved it. I imagine you did as well.
Oh, it was so much fun playing those old instruments, but also, you know, seeing the kids so engaged in it. It was really, really great.
Yeah,
it was crumb horns at the end.
That's right. Crumb horns. It's it's like a kind of, it's like a bit like a recorder, but it's got a kind of strange, kind of curled end to it.
Like,
well, it is. It looks a bit like a hockey stick or something, but it makes this kind of quite unique sound.
Yeah.
And what was brilliant was watching the kids just totally fascinated by all these old instruments. We had a great workshop with them, and it's sort of part of this programme that you were talking about, the Master Crafters. Master Crafters was a show I made last year at Sky Arts about celebrating heritage crafts, things like stained glass and wood carving and such like that.
Dry stone walling, did you say?
Well, yeah, that was one of them. And this one, this year, we're doing that again, but this is a kind of a one-off special to go along with Sky Arts Access All Arts Week, which is this fantastic resource for primary school kids to, you know, access all kinds of information about, you know, teaching methods. That teachers can download this all for free from a website. Gives amazing ideas about how to, you know, engage kids with music.
Yeah, it's so funny, actually, because my boys play violins, and there's a little shop just off the Finchley Road called Florian's. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
So, and it's like this little house, you wouldn't even know it exists, and then you go up this little wiggly pathway, and then you go in, and they showed us around every single floor, and there's people making the bows and repairing the instruments.
Sounds like Ollivander's wand shop in Harry Potter.
It is. It's amazing. And the boys were so excited about it.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, I think, you know, if you can engage with children at that age, then it almost, you are sort of, you may tap into something that gives them a kind of lifelong interest or a lifelong love.
And so you started 4 years old?
4 years old, yeah.
And that was with the piano? Was that your first?
That's right. Yeah, we had an upright piano in our front room, and it was just there. You know, people played it. My mum played it. My cousins played it. My various family members played it, and I just would go up and try and bang a tune out of it. And then I realised that I was able to pick out tunes from the radio. And my mum kind of clocked that. She went, "Oh, you've just heard something, and then you've played it." So she then encouraged me to play more, got lessons and so on, and you know, I kind of carried on.
So that started with that. How many instruments can you now play, or have you tried to play, Bill?
Well, everyone asks me this, and I'm like, it's not a thing, you know. I put on my passport. Bill Berry,
it's on your
57 instruments.
I think it's on your Wikipedia.
And, Wikipedia.
Yes,
well, I have no control over that. Who does that? I don't know. Aliens. But anyway, about 60, something like that.
About 60. And that's 60 that you can pick up and you could sort of hold a tune, use?
These are things... I mean, they're not all different instruments. Things with a keyboard.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's lots of things with a keyboard.
Yeah.
Things with a fret and strings that look like a guitar.
We saw that huge one in the show as well.
That was a theorbo. Amazing.
Theorbo, that's a brilliant
instrument.
name.
It's like a long neck
Look at the size
lute. It's absolutely incredible. And it was developed in the end of the 16th century to respond to the needs of opera, because there were more singers, different kinds of layers of music. So they needed a bass lute. Yeah. Before that, lutes were of a higher sort of, you know, register. And, I mean, look at it. It's just, I'm absolutely in my...
Quite tricky to get in the back of the car, though.
Yeah, well, busking would be an issue,
Not
wouldn't
particularly
it?
mobile.
Did a bit of...
But you've got that really, really old instrument, but then you also played the laser harp.
The laser harp, yes, that's right, in my tour.
Let's have a look at the laser harp.
This is you playing that. We played a little noise. So explain how this works.
Here we go. So it's basically, these are different laser beams, and each beam, as you put your hand through it, it triggers a musical sample. So basically what you can do is you can play the light as if it were a harp. And Jean-Michel Jarre
of course,
pioneered it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I must have one. I must have one. And put it in my show.
And do you have the laser harp at home now? Do you sit at home and sort of put it in a darkened room and just play?
Drives your wife mad with it.
In the house.
Yes.
Just all the animals going crazy. No.
You don't? No.
I'm banned from it in the house.
No laser harping.
No laser harp. No.
So you just mentioned the animals then. How many animals do you have? Because you take in all waifs and strays,
Yes, we do. That's right. Lots of rescues. We started off with a rabbit and a guinea pig, and it sort of snowballed a little bit. Now we've got all sorts of things. There's our 2 doggies. But we've got things like there's a giant rabbit that saw off a fox. Oh, that was...
Saw off a fox?
Yeah, and there's our 2 armadillos.
Of course you've got armadillos.
Tommy and Dylan. But the rabbit was great. We had these giant rabbits for a bit, and I saw this fox trying it on with this giant rabbit, and the giant rabbit turned around and booted it, and the fox just legged it, and terrified. And I always would love to have been in on the conversation with the foxes later on. You know, the foxes getting around in like a car park with some bins or something. And one of them going, I had a terrible day today. Oh, this giant rabbit kicked me. And they go, a giant rabbit kick you in the face. No, it's massive. This rabbit. Yeah, gorgeous. A giant rabbit. But, we got quite a lot of animals. Yeah, we got a rescue dogs.
Parrots.
Armadillos. We got some
You
frogs,
name it, you've got it.
Yeah.
And now, but how is that? That's just a love of animals, and people have realised that if there's an animal that needs a home...
Absolutely, yeah.
Baileys are the ones.
Once you start with that, people kind of turn up at the door with things, they go, like, oh, hello, I hear you look after animals, and so, you end up as a soft touch.
Oh, who's going to look after all these animals when you're off on tour, when you're in Austria?
Yeah, well, we got, a bit of help. Some people come in. We got some volunteers come in.
Yeah.
My wife's, she's helping out. Her son, he's there as well. So everyone pitches in.
Yeah.
But, it's great. I love being around animals.
Yeah.
So, it's good for you.
We were talking, we mentioned just before the break that you've been up walking in the Scottish Highlands as well, sort of retracing some trekking and some hiking.
Yeah, absolutely right. And it's something I love doing. And this was quite a tough trek.
Wow.
I mean, that was in Loch Duich. That was on Sandwood Bay Beach. Oh, amazing. It's the Cape Wrath Trail. It's the toughest hike in Britain, so called.
Okay.
And it's 250 miles from Fort William up to Cape Wrath, that's the Cape Wrath Lighthouse there. And it's the most northwesterly point of Britain. Beyond that, it's just the Faroe Isles. It's amazing. Glens, mountains. We saw deer, golden eagles, white-tailed eagles. It was epic.
And your dad came and your son came. I mean, there was a little bit of...
My dad came and visited halfway. My dad, bless him, he was 92 a couple of days ago.
Oh, happy birthday.
And there he is. That's me and the lad. And so my son came with me and he walked with me and a few friends. It was great. It was
what a lovely thing to have done as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And you all live together in your house?
Yeah, we do.
All the different generations
That's right.
of
So you've got the musical instruments.
There's a
you've got
couple
the
of animals running around, 3 generations.
Killer rabbit.
Kind of a giant lute. Yeah. Yeah, you must come round. Yeah, it's like that. You've been round. Clearly, you've been round.
And I like it.
Sounds amazing. I think we're cleaning a pair of your trainers in a minute as well, aren't we? Yeah, Bill's not going anywhere because we're going to sort out his footwear, which needs a bit of help.
Thanks.
You've had a lovely morning. Lamb chops, clean trainers.
Best day ever.
Life don't get much better. Thank you. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Thrilled that Megan's here with us this morning. Lovely to see you this morning. We were talking while we were looking at that every Meghan Trainor song is so identifiably Meghan Trainor.
For sure.
That style. Is that something that you always wanted, or you just...
Yeah, I think I didn't know if I would have that because I write in so many different genres that when I first came out with the doo-wop stuff, I was like, oh, am I trapped with the doo-wop forever? But I've learned now over 10 years that it's like the way I do it is I take old school sounds and I make it really modern and pop, and that's what I love too. So it turned into the Meghan Trainor sound. And I didn't know that till my last album, Taking It Back, where I had Made You Look. Like, when that blew up, I was like, oh, yeah, that's my sound. That, like, doo-wop, but, like, pop. And my dad says, that's the coolest thing about you, is no matter where I go, I can tell, oh, that's Meghan singing.
For sure.
And I was like,
you are
that's sick.
That's so cool.
Instantly identifiable.
Thank you.
It's insane.
Cool.
But you also write for other people, though, too.
I do, yeah.
So who else have you written for?
I wrote for Rascal Flatts. Yeah. I wrote some country. I wrote
J-Lo,
for J-Lo. I wrote Ain't Your Mama, which is funny because now my song is like, I am your mother.
She ain't and I am.
Yeah. And
Michael Bublé?
Michael Bublé, I have a song with him,
You wrote with the boob.
Just iconic. John Legend, I did his Christmas song.
How do you find... because you have such a fantastic identifiable style, do you find it easy writing for other people?
Yeah. Or fun, yeah. I'm really trying to write with Rita Ora. Tell her, hi, love you. I love all genres. Like, I don't think I could write heavy metal, or...
Not yet.
Not yet, but never say never, yeah. So I love it. I just want to write a good song. I always say may the best songs win.
A Meghan Trainor Metallica mashup, that's got something so exciting there.
Something's happening.
That'd be cool.
Right?
The new album, Timeless, it's out now, but it's, like, really inspired by your family, isn't it? Because you've got 2 little boys.
Yeah, once you have babies, you're like... I've always had a fear of death, but once you have babies, you're like, I need to live forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
And so do you. And so I I always say I'm gonna biohack myself and figure out how to live forever. And I wanted my music. I thought it was so cool. 10 years later, All About That Bass is still, like, everyone's still dancing to it. I just did Capitol Ball and everyone was singing every word. And I was like, I want all my songs to feel like that, especially on this album, Timeless. I want my grandkids to play it and be like, wow, that's still bops, you know? And I want to live like I'm timeless. I want to love like I'm timeless. A lot of these songs are happy, upbeat, loving, self-love anthems like I do. And then there's a beautiful big ballad called Timeless, and I hope it gets played at every wedding. But it's also like my love song to my babies. Like after I would write this song, my Riley boy would want to sing it with me after bath time every night. I'd wrap him up in a towel and he'd go, can we play Timeless? And we would rock and sing it, and I'm like sobbing.
I love how you call him Riley boy as well. We've actually got the new single Whoops, which was actually about a friendship, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's not a big like cheating song, and I had to go right on TikTok and go, my husband didn't cheat, I didn't cheat. It's just like, it could be a friendship thing, but I thought it was more relatable to be like, that boy cheated,
Just smashing up some furniture.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it.
You really struggled smashing things up.
We had like one day to put this together, and I was exhausted, and it was right before this trip. And I was like, we don't have time to learn a whole choreo and get a bunch of dancers. Let's just have me breaking a bunch of stuff. And I was like one girl will be like really hot girl, unfazed, and one girl will be like, I hate you, and smashing stuff. And then I got to set, and I couldn't do it. They were like, okay, go. And I was like, I'm afraid. They were like, throw it up, hit it right at us, right at the camera. I was like, that's an expensive camera. And I was like, what if it goes right in, like, I'm gonna hurt someone.
It's the mom genes kicking in.
Literally, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
like, don't you have anger? And I was like, apparently not.
But then when you actually go for something and then you miss as well. So you go for the table and you miss the table completely and then hit your own foot.
I hit my ankle with the bat. I was like, this is chaos. But eventually I got into it. You see, like, while I'm on the floor at that point doing snow angels in all the dirt, I was like, okay, I'm into it now. And I'm like screaming with the pillows. That's when I finally got into it.
But you can understand why people are like questioning like about you and Daryl, because it's like, oh my goodness, this is like a...
I knew right away. I was like, we should say something early.
Because you met on a blind date, didn't you?
Yeah, and we're like the most in love couple there is. So where is he? Who's here?
He's here somewhere.
Were you set up?
Yes, we were set up, you know, by Chloe Grace Metz and Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah.
It's so early. I didn't know who he was.
You didn't know?
I had no idea, and I was so lame because I'm lame. And then
his mum's a Spice Girl.
I know, and she was like, his mom gave me this shirt because she has like a clothing line, and I was like, that's so cool. You're the same size. Like sick that she let you borrow this. I was so dumb, and then I figured it out later because the paparazzi were chasing us, and I was like, whoa. Somebody is extra famous today. And it was him. It was him the whole time. And I was like, oh.
So are you going to bring Daryl and the babies when you're touring later?
Oh, yeah. We're all going on tour. I'm so nervous.
Have you worked out how you're going to do it yet? Because I know that you were going to speak to Pink. I went to go and see Pink, actually.
Did you? I wanted to see her so bad. I was so tired.
Good.
I watched the whole thing on YouTube. It was so good.
She was so good. But she takes her babies with her all the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in contact with her team. Pink, hi, it's me, Megan. Check your DMs.
So we're going to sort out Pink and Metallica while you're here.
It's not a big ask. Come on. I DM'd you, and we're trying to find your team. But any tips? You look like you're having the best time, and your kids love it. And so I just want my kids to love it. They're so young. I think Riley's gonna love it because he likes buses, so I think he's really excited about the bus, the tour bus.
You kidding?
But my little baby Barry, he's gonna like learn how to walk on this tour. So I'm also like, he's crazy. He wants to walk and he doesn't know how yet.
Got a big brother that he's chasing after as well,
Literally,
right?
I'm like, sit down. I just keep getting told by my mom who's babysitting. She's like, this one's nuts. He's out of control.
Because Riley was a really easy baby, wasn't he?
He just sat there and smiled.
She was tricked into baby.
It was a baby trick.
First ones. First ones. My first one, I've got 2 boys, 19, 17. First one, just a doddle. Second one, nightmare.
Yeah. That's
and you're going to have more?
Yes, I would like 2 more girls. I got their names and everything.
Fine. We'll see if we can sort that out as well as Pink.
Yes,
Thank
Pink
you,
and Metallica.
Metallica. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with the album. Good luck with the tour when it happens. And come back and see us.
Yes, I will, always.
That'd be
I love the
What
show.
are you going to do before you leave London? What's your one thing that you love doing?
We're about to go do 2 shows back-to-back for all my fans who bought an album out here and made it number 12. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. We're about to do little acoustic sets. And then I'm going to bed.
Good.
Some sleep.
Yeah,
well, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank
Oh,
you.
hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
How lovely is that?
That is real feel-good theatre,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Adrian Dunbar joins us now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the sofa.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, how beautiful is that? I didn't know your voice was that incredible.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been doing a lot of work on it, getting a lot of help with it, you know, and here we are, find ourselves kind of doing a fabulous nostalgic musical in the West End at the Barbican Theatre. It's great.
And how's it going? Because obviously musicals, was it in your blood? I mean, did your family like it?
Yeah, well, my mother was a great soprano and loved the musicals and did all the Gilbert and Sullivan stuff. And
good old Pauline.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And so, in many respects, it's a kind of a tribute to her doing this because Kiss Me Kate was probably her favourite musical. I know when my sisters come across, they're going to be very moved by it all, you know.
Lovely.
Yeah, it'll be lovely, yeah. It's really nice.
How many days have you been performing for now?
Well, we've been about, I don't know, 10 days or so. You know, we open on Tuesday night, and so we've been 10 days of previews, and it's going really well. The audiences absolutely love it. I mean, they're on their feet at the end, you know.
Is it the 2 shows a day that you're doing with the 1 day off?
Yeah. Well, we're doing 8 shows a week. So we get Sunday off. Yeah.
I mean, this is real work, isn't it? This isn't...
Well, you know, don't you?
This is no joke. This is going straight up until the 14th of September.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'll be like a stick insect by the end of it. Yeah, probably. You know.
But are you enjoying it, though, the discipline of theatre?
Yeah, no, it's very disciplined, but also within that, you know, there's great enjoyment, great fun. It's a funny show, you know. It's a big, joyous... There's loads of laughs in it, you know, and it's great. It's very old school, but it's wonderful.
I don't even know the story. What is the storyline for people who have never seen it?
Well, the story is about my character, Fred, is an actor-producer, and he wants to do a musical version of The Taming of the Shrew, and he decides that the only way he can get it to work is to bring his ex-wife in, and of course sparks are going to fly between the two of them. But we all realise right from the get-go somehow that these two people still love each other. So you're waiting to see whether that's going to happen in the end or not. So it's very sweet, but there's a lot of fighting in it, you know. It's a lot of good fun in it, yeah.
Well, it's set in 1940s America. How are you finding the accent?
Northern Ireland. It's very close to the Irish accent, isn't it, and the Northern Irish accent. So yeah, I'm finding that okay. And of course, the language leans into all that. So, it's fine.
Did you have to have any training, or did it just come naturally?
No, we have a voice coach, absolutely. We have a voice coach, and we have for the singing, and we have a voice coach for the accent, and so an accent coach, you know. So, yeah, I'm enjoying all that, you know, being somebody else for a while.
I love it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Have you got any rituals yet? Because obviously, you know, you go into the theatre and you have certain rituals. Have you got any pre-show rituals that you like to do?
No, not really. I'm not. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, that's right. Not yet.
You've got a long run, say they might kick in.
Yeah, there's something might kick in after a while, you know, but not as yet. No, I'm just delighted to be getting through it.
You've got a beautiful voice. It's absolutely lovely. But,
well, thank you.
I mean, we did hear rumours that you were once in a boy band. Is that true?
No.
Oh!
Sadly, that's not true. No, I was never in a boy band.
Did you want to be in a boy band?
But I was in a band. I was in a band when I was quite young, 15, 16. And, I was in a band with a guy who was an Elvis Presley impersonator. That was fun for a while. And then I got into drama school. In fact, I went to the Guildhall, which is right beside the Barbican.
Oh, wow.
So it's a bit
like you've gone back in time.
Exactly. It's a bit like kind of coming home, you know, coming back to the Barbican Theatre after being in the Guildhall as a student. And a lot of my friends who are at the Guildhall are going to come and see the show. I'm really looking forward to that. You know.
That's so lovely.
Yeah,
when your
it's
friends
really sweet.
support you like that. We heard some of his friends from Line of Duty are going to be supporting you. Vicky,
yes, they are.
Martin.
Vicky and Martin.
Don't tell them when they're going to come, because everyone will tell them.
Oh, well, that's true, isn't it?
Don't tell them exactly
they're
the day
coming opening night. There you go.
When are they coming?
Opening night.
Oh, opening night.
We'll be down there, won't we, Al?
We'll be there.
Yeah, they're all going to be there. And I mean, we're going to block the street. Yeah.
But how lovely is that they're still supporting? I mean, how long has it been since you actually filmed Line of Duty? It's about 2 years now.
Yeah, at least two 2 or 3 years, yeah. But we're still supporting each other. You know, I just found out on Who Do You Think You Are that I'm 27% Scottish.
Oh, I'm 16.
Are you?
Yeah, 16%.
Yeah, so I'm going to be supporting the Scots tonight, that's for sure.
Well, I'm yet to do mine. I'm getting a bit jealous here.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely jealous.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a 7th series of Line of Duty? I think that's the question on everyone's lips.
Well, I mean, you know, I can neither confirm nor deny, as we say, in Line of Duty, you know. I mean, we all want it to happen, obviously,
yes, we
you know,
do.
so we're all keeping our fingers crossed. Me and Vicky and Martin really would love to be back in Belfast again, you know, doing another series, but we just have to wait and see.
My favourite series of all of them, I know it's silly, but the first one. That's my favourite one.
With Lenny James.
Yes, it was so good. I've watched that over and over again.
Yeah.
What about Ridley? Is there a second series of Ridley coming back?
Yes, we've shot the second series of Ridley. We're very excited about it. We've got 4 fabulous standalone episodes, and you know, we're waiting on our friends in ITV to tell us when it's going to happen. Hopefully, it'll be we get an autumn slot. Hopefully, you know, but we don't know as yet. You know, we don't know as yet, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. So that's going to be on ITVX. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a triple threat. Adrian, what is next for you?
Probably a rest.
Well, I would say so. I mean, you've been quite busy, haven't you? You've had Line of Duty, Ridley, theatre.
Yeah. So I'll probably take a bit of time off, I think. Once this finishes in
It's
September.
hard though when the work comes in though. You've got to strike when the iron's hot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the dilemma for all actors, I think. That, you know, stuff comes in.
Is this your first musical, or have you done musicals before?
I did a musical before, but I didn't have a kind of singing part or anything like that. You know, I just had a few, you know, a couple of scenes in a musical at the National some years ago. But this is my first kind of proper musical. Yeah. So it's taken me a while to kind of fit in and learn the ropes. But I'm getting there. I fitted in quite quickly, you know.
Well done, you. It's
Thank you.
Yeah, you try your hand at everything.
Yeah,
the
why
best
not?
job has got to be a granddad though.
Yeah,
You're a granddad
I've got 3 grandkids at the minute. Yeah, they're fabulous. Yeah,
That's the
I haven't
best
seen
role.
them in a wee while, but that's because we've been kind of working. Sunday's the only day off.
Yeah.
You know, so but I'll see them soon.
Well, Kiss Me Kate is running till the 14th of September at
Yes.
London Barbican Theatre.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We're
Not
going to
at
come
all.
and see you.
Thank you.
Good.
Adrian.
Come and see us.
Thank you.
We will.
Yeah, we definitely will. Thank you.
Hi everyone, just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Hello, I'm Luke Newton.
And I'm Nicola Coughlin.
And we're backstage with This Morning.
And we're playing a game we're most likely to.
Who is most likely to break character during a scene? I think me. Oh no, sorry.
I
You're
don't-
supposed to do 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Boom.
Both of us.
Okay, yeah. I agree, probably on this season.
Yeah.
Particularly like stepping into the romantic ones, we were like,
Yeah,
giggling a
you
bit.
get the giggles a lot.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling in the world on
Yeah.
set to get the giggles. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is most likely to be fun watching TikToks between dates?
This is an easy one, I think. 3, 2, 1, boom. Although, as of the press tour, you can
Yeah,
say
do you know
now
what? I
I'm
used
getting-
to enjoy it because it was like nothing to do with me. It was loads of random stuff.
Yeah.
And because we've been doing press for many, many months, every second video is
It's
me
us.
and you.
Yeah.
So it's not as relaxed
Yeah.
as it once
There I am
was.
again, remember saying that, yeah. Who is most likely to forget their lines? Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We're
pretty good.
pretty
but
good, but it's
we
hard.
had a
They're
lot
hard
this
scripts to
year.
remember.
Yeah.
It's a lot of words. So
Maybe once or twice. Do you know what I mean? Not like
Max.
Not like Claudia Jessie.
No.
Just like so on it.
Yeah. Okay, who is most likely to make everyone laugh during a serious moment?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. That has to be. There are so many times I can't even think of any now. I'm sure we
I
had
will
moments in
just
part
try
2.
and make a joke.
Yeah. And there's like you make a speech in part 2 at one point. I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
there
yeah.
was like, tended to a stand-up moment.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, who is most likely to play a prank during filming? In brackets, tell us a story. I know where this is going. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Well, we both did.
Yeah. You had more
I
preparation.
think I started it. I think I started
Yeah.
writing under your makeup station.
Yeah.
To scare you.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you did it back to me, but I played the ultimate prank,
Yeah.
in which I surprised you with a song from his former boy band during the ball, and it was very fun.
Yeah. It's so good. Who is most likely to steal a prop from set? And what prop was it? The word steal is...
Yeah. Borrow forever.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Oh!
No, actually, I don't know why I've said you.
Yeah. Only because I thought they gave
They
you
gave
something.
me a vase that I wanted.
Yeah, neither of us stole.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, I tried. Oh no, that's where you're going with it.
Oh, the ring.
Yeah, I tried to steal my ring, but someone was knocking
Yeah.
at my door 20 minutes later. So yeah.
Who is most likely to be caught taking selfies on set?
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
You're not
You
really
get
a
good
selfie
selfies
guy.
of us.
Yeah, I've got some cute ones of us. Yeah.
We took one just now.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's good because when I looked back at my camera roll of shooting the show, I had nothing. I just must have not used my phone, so I had to text you being like, you got any pictures that I can check?
But he also very kindly got me a camera, which meant I
Yeah.
had lots of really nice, I have gorgeous pictures of her too, actually.
Nice film.
Yeah.
It's great. Thanks for watching.
You can now stream Bridgerton Season 3 only on Netflix.
Well, what a treat this morning.
It's been great.
It's been great. And guess who we're with now? Jason Donovan.
Thank you.
He is in the studio and he's going to be starring in the UK tour of the Rocky Horror Show.
How long have you been doing this on and off?
Well, I mean, I did it in 1998. I've just done it in Australia for sort of 2 years.
2
Yeah,
years?
well, I mean, not 2 years. I did 6 months sort of blocks.
Yeah.
And I've just come back probably about sort of 4 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Slightly exhausted, 8 shows a week, 7 shows a week, lots of physio, the body changes. I've just turned 56, so...
But the body might change, but you
Yeah.
can still slip yourself into those stockings, can't you?
Do you know what I mean? As we know, we all get older.
Look, hold on, these pins, those pins, J-Dog.
Thank you.
I'm not messing around.
I know. I'm.
Pussycat Dolls would like a bit of that.
Don't you?
There's that word again. I like to keep physically fit, and I believe physical fitness and mental health sort of go hand in hand.
Right,
And what I do, whether it's Rocky Horror, whether it's my own tour, requires a sort of, an athletic type of approach. But do I love my downtime? The problem is rosé. It's normally that is the problem.
And it's summertime.
As I think Graham Norton said, rosé should begin with the Euros, not the Euros, the Eurovision, and end when daylight savings ends. But my clock goes in a different way because sometimes I go to the Southern Hemisphere.
Yes,
so I'm very confused. But no, look, Rocky Horror, great show. 1998, I did the 25th anniversary. Met my wife on the show.
1973. It started in 72.
70, the maths.
But it's still,
70s.
But it's still relevant. I mean, even more relevant today.
Well, I think the concept of misfits and being different, which is essentially the sort of the backbone of the story, sort of resonates, and you've got this sort of art type of with the costumes and the clothes and it appeals to sort of the cheeky side of our lives. And for me, I always wanted to be a rock star in a band, and this is about as close as I got.
A rock star in a corset.
Yeah,
so you are now.
Bustier in a band.
You're going on tour next year.
Yes, doing fine. 2025.
35 years since it all started, is that?
Yeah, I did live since I came out of Neighbours and I had the music success. I've always invested in, performing live. And it's funny, as music and entertainment has changed, I think, and particularly since the COVID, we're tribal. We want to be together in a way. So playing music and doing shows has been really important to me. To celebrate that sort of first tour that I did in 1990, which was called Doing Fine, I thought I'd sort of revamp that idea.
Bit of homage to that.
Yeah, a bit of homage to that. So.
Talking of paying homage, you mentioned Neighbours then.
Yeah.
Neighbours has come back from the dead. I'm sure we all said goodbye to it.
Yeah, they did.
And it's just been nominated for a Daytime Emmy.
Yeah, I think that was this week. I don't know whether it got over the line.
No, it didn't quite make it.
Didn't.
I mean, what a comeback. I mean, it's a comeback worthy of Harold Bishop sort of coming back from the dead, or Bobby Ewing coming out of the shower.
No one expected it, including you, I don't think. I mean,
do you know what?
You and Kylie went back.
We did. I mean, we look.
Ed Davey loved you and Kylie on Neighbours.
I loved them on
That's the holy grail. We believe very much in never forget where you're sort of coming from, and also that show changed my life. We're still talking about it today,
for sure.
So that moment we felt was special and worth celebrating and worth acknowledging. But it was only meant to be a small little thing, and it turned out to be this massive. It changed the fortunes of the show around. So.
Yes, of course.
And not just because of us, I think because of the whole, the whole name of the show as well.
Yeah.
So.
And we need to talk a little bit about the cat.
Very good news.
Yeah, Pixie.
Pixie went missing in January.
We think she might have jumped into... This is my cat, by the way. For those people out there randomly go, Pixie went missing. I mean, she went missing in January. We think she might have jumped into an Amazon truck out the front of the house.
Do you think she was in a getaway
vehicle?
vehicle?
I think she's a very sociable cat, and, she ended up... We live in West London. She ended up in East London. We picked her up.
You could write stories about this cat.
Well, the funny thing is, Kat, because every celebrity these days seems to be writing an animal story.
Yeah.
Pixie, The Adventures of Pixie the Cat.
Yeah.
And it was because
I just need a publisher and an advance. If an advance is out there, I'll write it. I can do illustrations
But it was
myself.
only yesterday she came back because she was chipped. She was chipped. Thank you.
So
and that's the key thing.
There is an underbelly in this that says be sensible with your pets and make sure that they are chipped.
Lovely to see you reunited together.
Yeah, it's
Thank you, Jason, for coming.
You guys, look at this. Love you guys.
Tickets are on sale now for the Rocky Horror Show too. They're on sale, so get yourself.
And I'm sure the tickets for the tour.
Doing fine. Yeah, 2025.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. It's so good. I'm just so excited for later on this evening.
Nicola and Luke are here. Lovely to see you both.
Lovely to see
It was
you.
only a couple of weeks ago we
I know,
saw you.
I was here for Big Mood.
Before it all launched, before it all happened.
Yeah.
And then bang, it arrived. 45, 43, however many million streams.
We need an updated number.
We need an update. For 4 days was 42 mil, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the first series did 82 in the first month. So that is crazy that we did that in 4 days. I can't fathom it.
And this is the last day today of press. You've got the premiere. You went home.
Yeah.
How was the homecoming?
It was great. I brought Luke for dinner with my family, and my brother-in-law tried to get him drunk on pints of Guinness.
So much Guinness.
Really attempted.
I love Guinness. It is what I drink, but I can't keep up with the Irish.
I haven't told you this.
What?
This is really funny. So my mum, I hadn't seen her in a while, right? And I saw her in the cinema screen, and I went up and hugged her, and I was very emotional. And then someone filmed it, and it went online and went a bit viral. And then we showed it to her, and she was delighted. But she watched me hug her, and she went, "Oh." And then she watched the bit where Luke hugged her. She went, "That's the one." That's the one. That you gave birth to me. Oh, there she is. Yeah. That me.
Oh, yeah.
Not that bothered. Not that bothered.
Not that bothered.
Then
Give or take
here
it.
comes
Fair to
the main man.
middling.
She'd never met him before. And then she watched and she
Well,
goes, "That's the one."
And by the way, even the crowd started applauding the hug with Luke.
Oh.
You haven't seen her in a long time, so
I
that
haven't
was
seen.
special.
We've been on tour for so long,
Yeah.
so I really missed her. But yeah, she did not care about me once she had this man.
That's the type of thing my mum would do too.
Yeah.
And what was that like, taking it to your hometown as well, of course? I mean, this
Unbelievable.
global phenomenon you were able to take to Galway.
It was really special. I got him
Yeah.
curry chips. We
Yeah.
had pints. We had the real Galway experience. But it was just like, it's all been very surreal because we've been on the road for like 6 months. We've
Yeah.
been in Australia, Brazil, Toronto.
Yeah. All over the world.
Yeah.
It's been wild, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has.
One of the things I love, though, Luke, this series is both of them blossom. Both characters blossom.
Yes.
But it takes a couple of episodes for Penelope really to sort of suddenly spring.
Yes.
But when Colin comes back in this episode, there's something about it. I don't know how you felt when you suddenly see the script and you kind of go, hold on, my top's coming off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wander around and women are going to be throwing themselves at me.
I loved the challenge of it. I was like, yeah, this
He
is
loved
great.
it.
I was also like, he's been kind of like the sort of charming but sort of awkward one that stands in the corner eating his tea and biscuits. So I was like, it's his time to have his chest out and enjoy a bit of attention. So, yeah.
I mean, it's got a good hairy chest as well. It needs to be seen.
I wasn't going to lose that. Yeah,
no. But don't you feel as well, from the response that you're getting from people, that people are gunning for you too, like as a couple?
Yeah.
They're really enjoying this kind of moment between you. Did you model it on any kind of couples or anything like that?
I think it's really difficult because having the 3 seasons as like... it was almost like character building, you know, through season 1 and 2. And also that the fans have been on the ride with us the whole time. I think that's why they support Colin and Penn so much, is because they've lived the journey of them, like, awkwardly not making it work and trying to become adults. And that's why now, when the romance finally blossoms, like, people are really celebrating it.
And when you say blossom, I mean, it was peony all over the place. It was blossom, carriagings, people saying, stop kissing.
Explain what happened to the racy scene in the carriage, please.
Yes, so it was filmed on a soundstage in an enclosed carriage, and we had the script, and then we knew like the sexy bits, what points we needed to hit, but we were waiting for the director to call cut when we like get to Bridgerton House, or say stop when we get to Bridgerton House, and we just weren't hearing it.
No.
So we were like,
just keep going.
Yeah, and Andrew's known for wanting multiple options of stuff. Like we tried different versions of everything. So I think we just went with it.
So I was like, this is just a really long take. It's crazy. But then it got to a point that I was like, we've just been kissing for ages. Yeah. So I just went, oh, we're at Bridgerton House. So this is crazy. And then there was silence. And then Andrew, the director, came to the window and went, what were you doing? And we went, what? And he was like, I was shouting, stop, stop. We, like, hand to God, did not hear it.
And you're blaming the soundproof carriage, not the fact you got lost in the moment, Luke. Is that what it is? You know, when the carriages are rocking, don't come a knocking. That's what they say.
The carriage moment is crazy because in comparison to what we see later on, I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful moment, and it's so authentic and true to their love story, but it gets even sort of spicier as we go on, particularly at the start of the next block. So I didn't really expect the reaction to that scene, and that's kind of the beauty of it being split into 2 parts. It means people really have like appreciated that moment, and then we'll have more in part 2.
The anticipation for this part is going to be huge.
Yeah,
am I right in saying that you've stopped your mum from watching all the racy bits up till now, but she's with you tonight at the premiere?
She's with me tonight, I know, so it's going to be, I'm a little bit scared about it, but I've prepped her, and I've said, I knew she would watch it at home anyway, so I thought I can be there for sort of damage control, block her eyes maybe.
What have you prepped her with?
Just it's going to be really steamy. It's the one episode that I probably wouldn't like her to see.
I can't believe it's the one that...
Your mum sat through it.
One?
Yeah, she did, but my best friend's little sister, she made little eye coverings. So they were like opera glasses, but just covered the eyes. So I thankfully was not in the room and going when it happened. Apparently they just went, boop.
Yeah.
And it's a long scene. It's not like it's like close your eyes and it's over.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Was it another one when you wouldn't stop? Despite the director saying
No, we did stop because we broke the furniture when we were doing it.
Yeah.
How did you break the furniture?
That's an exclusive.
Because we were just really going.
Yeah. Again, it was like multiple versions of the scene. Really.
But we definitely thought, because we've worked together for so long, that we can kind of communicate without having to say much.
Yeah.
But I think I knew that we were both thinking, we're killing this.
Yeah.
And we're killing the furniture.
Yeah. And then it sort of just went dunk under us and
collapsed.
And what was it? A bed? It was
you have to wait and see.
Gotta wait and see.
We haven't told anyone. We kept it secret.
Yeah.
Does it? And they kept the broken bit of furniture in.
They have to repair it. No, it's not in the take. That's a rumor that's online.
We had to go again, but there's a beautiful moment when they laugh, and we were obviously laughing at that moment.
So
but you broke character, then you're at.
Yeah, I was like, Luke, we're after breaking it. I wasn't very Penelope. Yeah.
Oh, it's just magic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
We've loved the first part. Can't wait for this next bit. Enjoy every moment as well.
And we love watching them all go well for them, don't we?
It's
brilliant.
I'm sure it's not all going to be calm.
Roses. But we'll
No, do you know, it's been amazing. We feel very great. We got to meet fans all over the world, so it's been a brilliant experience.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
And then, of course, he helped us keep active during lockdown. Now the body coach Joe Wicks is once again lifting our spirits.
But rather than staying at home, this time it's all about getting outside. Morning, Joe.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very good. We all know how important it is to get outside, I think. But what does it actually do to our bodies?
Well, I'm obviously a big fan of, like, you know, physical exercise, right? And there's, like, you know, there's gym workouts, there's home workouts, but getting outside in nature, it's like another level of, you know, bringing calm to your mind. It's good for our mental health, it's good for our energy, and obviously reducing stress and anxiety, all these feelings that we can experience. So it's, like, so important. And obviously, as kids, you know, we need to be their role models. And I often say, you know, you're not often going to do it in the first place, but when you get everyone outside and you get some fresh air, it lifts the spirit, it lifts the mood of the family, and it has a big impact on people's behaviour, people's energy, and obviously their happiness, ultimately.
Yeah, do you always insist that you and the family get out most days for a certain period, when everyone's leading busy lives, Joe, the kids are at school now?
Yeah, I try my best, obviously, and it's hard in the UK. Like, we're waiting for summer. Where's this warm weather?
Where was it?
It's really, really hard, but I think even getting outside in the garden for 15 minutes or going for a walk around the block, you know, I often have one of the kids will be well up for it, right? Maybe Marley. Indy's like, I don't want to do it, I want to watch Disney+, and obviously, like, Rosie might not be in the mood for it. She's 39 weeks pregnant, but I said, come on, let's have a little run, let's get outside, and by the end of it, everyone's smiling, everyone feels a little bit better, and you've got to just be that role model. You've got to be willing to say, look, I'm the one that's going to get us going, and I promise at the end of it, you're going to feel fantastic.
Yeah, you never regret it. Like, if you can just be the cheerleader to get them outside, that's the thing to do. We've just got a trampoline, actually, and so now James comes home from school, runs straight through the house, straight into the garden, and has a bounce.
That is, listen, that is exercise. I always say, like, even, like, running around the house playing hide and seek, like, all movement is good for you. And I think people sometimes you know, they think they have to go to soft play or have to go to, you know, outdoor adventure and bounce and all these things that cost money. Actually, going to the park and getting outside for a walk is free, and you can do that any time. And so we have to remember that.
Yeah. And you've got a big festival coming up, haven't you, where you're trying to get everybody outside to enjoy what it's like to be out and about.
Yeah, so not far from where I used to live, obviously in Richmond, I'm doing an amazing, like, festival, my first ever festival. So it's called the Joe Wicks Festival at Kew, which is beautiful botanical gardens.
Look at this.
And essentially, it's not just like a fitness festival where it's just workouts. There's so much more to it. There's going to be amazing talks. There's going to be meditation, you know, breath work, sound baths with Jasmine Hemsley.
Oh, now, we've learned about gong baths, haven't we?
Yeah. We did it live in the studio, which I don't know if it was the best location.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. So it's like, you know, sounds, and it's meditative, it's wonderful. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but there's also going to be, like, ice baths. So Brass Monkey are bringing their ice baths and, you know, to have a cold water immersion. So it's about wellness. There's going to be talks around mental health, around, you know, sleep, digestion, all these important things. And ultimately, you know, there's going to be a big work at the end of the day with me. Good. But there's going to be also, like, a family picnic with a quiz. So sort of like that PE with Joe stuff that I was doing in lockdown.
Lovely.
And, you know, I genuinely think that bringing people together, bringing your kids, bringing your grandparents, having a family, that's like a wonderful thing for all of them. You're going to leave that Kew Gardens feeling energised, feeling motivated. And so, you know, it's a really... I'm just so excited. I just can't wait. It's only one day this year.
7th of July, right?
Yeah, Sunday the 7th of July, and there's still tickets available, but they're going quick. So if you want to come and experience it, like, come along, you're going to love it.
The last time I was doing ice baths, Joe, was when we were doing Soccer Aid together. That was the last time, so we were using the ice baths. It was Soccer Aid on Sunday. I wonder if it brought back some memories for you, because I can remember talking to you before you took your penalty, which was one of the most tense... Joe's always so laid back and bubbly and full of energy. I think it was one of the most tense moments in your life.
Yeah, I mean, Old Trafford, you know, how many... 90,000 people there, and I just about, you know, just about got it in, but I was so nervous. And that goal felt like I was kicking it through a letterbox. It just shrank, like, and your heart's pounding. Yeah. Are you still doing it? You had another go?
I didn't do it this year, no. I've sort of retired and let the youngsters go at it now.
I got dropped, let's be honest. I'm fit and I can run about, but I can't handle the ball.
Managing the ball as well.
Yeah, I like that there's new people doing that, but it's a really great thing, and they raise millions, and that's a great thing to do.
It's that thing about being out, being active, getting involved, getting everybody there. You can't knock it. This week is this morning's Women's Health Week. Being outside in nature all ties into this. So we want to bring in clinical psychologist Dr. Julie Smith to come and talk about the sort of... So I love to see you, Julie. I mean, that must resonate, everything that Joe's saying about being outside. Yep. But specifically for women, because you can explain a little bit about how important it is for women to go outside and experience those things.
Yeah, I mean, women can experience all of the, you know, all of the benefits that being outdoors, and particularly being in green spaces, can give to your physical health and your mental health. I mean, the evidence is there, and it's quite startling how many specific health conditions it helps with. And even if you're not unwell, it can help give you a boost. So in mood, concentration, it helps with your sleep, all of those things. But I think for women, maybe, depending on what life stage they're at, there's probably quite specific barriers to accessing it. And particularly if you're trying to combine exercise with the green spaces, you know, I mean, I have 3 children as well. I feel like I spend a lot of my week on the side of a pitch, not moving. And a couple of times I've been inspired to, OK, I could just run around the field here while the kids are getting their exercise and stuff. But you have to be quite creative as a parent, I think. Or if you're pregnant or, you know, breastfeeding, those things, then it can be, and also working, then it can be really difficult to kind of access sort of green space as well.
So when you're talking about accessing green space, where should people go? What should they look for? Because not everybody has a garden. Not everybody has access to that.
And you know, for the first time in history, we've sort of reached a point where there are more people living in cities than in the countryside. And historically, that's never been the case, right? I think in the UK, it's about 80% of people live in an urban area.
Wow. Right.
And but the interesting thing in the research is that it works in all different settings. You get the benefits in all different settings. So if you live close to a canal or a river, or maybe there's some streets with lots of trees down, it all counts. So you've got to be a bit creative, I think, if you live in a city. But also it means we've got to sort of stand up and look after and protect those small spaces that we do have. You know, if there's a local park and it's threatened by building and things like that, it's really important for everyone to recognise it's really crucial for our health to have that exposure to green.
Are you saying, Joe, that Rosie's pregnant right now, isn't she? When's the baby? When's the next one due?
I mean, I'm on call now. It's due in like 5-6 days. So, yeah, I'm waiting for the phone to ring like, it's on, let's go. Do you know what I mean?
That must be, it's an interesting thing that Julie's saying there, because, of course, when you're pregnant and you've got the 2 little ones and you're running around busy, it's important that you must see the benefits she gets if she just takes a moment outside in the garden or going for a walk or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things she does probably more than anything is walking. You know, she likes doing the weights and stuff, but just going for walks with the kids. We've got Virginia Lake, Richmond Park, you know, we're lucky we live near such beautiful places. But, again, even going in the garden, like I play hide and seek with the kids and, you know, we run around. It's just 10 minutes of physical activity can really shift people's mental health. And, you know, it's the hardest thing to do, isn't it? Because, you know, we talk about you, and I love your videos, you're so good at describing this. It's just taking that first step, because the energy and motivation you want is at the end of the exercise. It's never at the start. And that's what you've got to remember. You've got to tap into that with the kids as well.
I think it's also prioritising too. I think we're so bad at doing that, especially women above everybody else, because you've got a million other things you could be doing on your to-do list, and I think it's about prioritising it.
Yeah, and when you're in that green space, so, you know, exercise will benefit your mental health and green space will separately.
Yes.
So when you combine the two, but in the research it shows that the intensity of that exercise doesn't really change the benefit you're going to get.
Yeah.
So if you go for a walk, that counts. Yeah. If you're going to do a few cartwheels across the park, that's fine. Whatever is most accessible to you and that you enjoy, I go for it.
I hope that my son Jack hasn't just heard that, because all I'm ever saying to him is, "Come on, let's go, let's go." He's like, "Dad, Dr. Julie said we can just chill. We can just walk. I'm getting the benefit. It doesn't matter. Just relax."
Get on the mic. I get on the mic. I love it. The micro scooters and you know, just going around the block. Look, it's just about getting. I think it's the fresh air, isn't it, and the sunshine. It's not just the physicality of the exercise. It's getting out and getting that. Because otherwise you're just on our screens in our houses. So challenge it. Keep moving. Keep pushing yourself forward and keep active.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you so much. 7th of July, Kew Gardens.
Yes, see you there.
That'd be amazing. Love to see you. Great. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. It's a proper Slurpee one as well, isn't it, Tony?
Go on. We had
Michelle Collins on.
doing Cindy, and she was sat there as well, and she had the same thing. She's like, I can't watch it.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't like watching myself on screen, but yeah, it was fun to film, let's say that.
I bet it was wonderful. And that romance with Michael, it's come out of a bit of trauma for her, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, because she's kicking off with her brother George, who I have to say I blame my voice for, because I had so much fun at Blackpool Pride, laughing with Tony Maudsley and singing along with drag queens, hence the voice.
Oh, you sound great.
Oh, do I sound all right?
All your
Get all the adverts in.
Everything.
Do it now.
It sounds quite draggy, to be fair.
It does, doesn't it? Thank you. No, but, you know, it's quite awkward filming with somebody who you love so much on screen and the arguments and stuff like that. But it is about families. But no, we have fun filming it.
Is it going to be the happy ever after?
Oh, I can't tell you. You know I can't tell you that.
Give us a hint.
You know the happy ever after is when Mary gets with Ben. That's when it all happens.
Can we
That's
arrange
when dreams come true.
That's when dreams do come true. We've got a little clip from tonight's Corey, I think, which might give us a little sense about how spicy it's getting.
This is crazy. It's like being a teenager again, coping off at your parents' house.
I don't know, it's my first time. It's not all it's cracked up to be, is it?
What? You don't regret what happened, do you?
Of course not.
No?
Why do you?
No. I had a really great time.
Honestly, unbelievable. You've got to go now.
Oh, it's so clandestine and
the door.
illicit.
Oh, it's Coronation Street, isn't it? All those little romances used to say it, the Rovers.
Ooh, are they going to be the new power couple, though?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he's a toy boy, isn't he?
Isn't he just?
But Glenda's tried. God love her. She's tried and tried.
God loves a trier.
She's been on Tinder, Winder, Facecloth, everything. She's done everything.
Well, she certainly looks like she's enjoying it, and you clearly are enjoying it, Jodes.
Oh, I love it. It's coming up to the 3rd year now, and it's like a vortex of time. You know, you work with brilliant people, you get great stories, and it's everything you'd always wanted it to be.
Well, but you were even more invested because your family were such massive Corrie fans,
I know.
weren't they?
I'm like a broken record, but my Uncle Tommy used to deliver Elsie Tanner's groceries growing up, and my nan had a look of Elsie Tanner, so it was always that thing that I've always wanted to do. And I've always pitched outside wanting to get in, and now I'm in.
Now you're in.
Now I'm in.
And they ain't going to let you go. You're a very busy person, though. Obviously, being a Blackpool Pride with Tony, which I can imagine was extraordinary.
It was such...
I had no idea, Jodie, just how many animals you have
Oh,
at home.
stop.
How many?
Too many.
How many is it now?
Well, I've got to get back and feed me rescue crow when I get back.
Well, yes.
It's
so
over
Cheryl.
30. It's Cheryl Crow.
Cheryl the Crow?
The recent rescue, yeah.
Where did you rescue the
I know
crow
she looks dead there, but she's fully alive.
She's alive and well, everybody.
She is fully alive. She's fully alive. No, she's just injured, but I didn't want to take a picture to scare her when she was awake. But she's great.
What? Yeah, what? Hold on. She was asleep.
That's not me doing the noises, by the way.
So that's Cheryl the Crow
fast
asleep?
asleep,
Fast
yeah.
asleep.
But I rescued quite a lot of, like,
How do you
fledglings.
rehab a crow? Is it damaged wing? Had she been knocked out?
She's got, like, a damaged wing and, like, something's...
They're very intelligent birds, crows.
Oh, they are.
Super intelligent birds.
Yeah.
I did some filming on the Harry
Have you
Potter
had a
films.
crow?
Yeah, well, I've watched the crows do the stuff in the films.
Yeah.
If you want to get a bird to do a trick, it's the crow that they go to.
Really?
Yeah. See if you can teach Cheryl the Crow some tricks before you set her free.
Well, my mum's got a parrot. It says 2 words and I can't tell you what they are.
I was about to say, they're weird.
Well, of course, you could always do what you do with your chickens, which is you FaceTime your chickens. Is that
I
right?
do
when you're away?
FaceTime my chickens when I'm away. I want to see they're all right, yeah.
How many chickens you got now?
Well, the latest 2 rescues are Thelma and Louise. They came off a bag. Oh, and there's Mo, the cockle, who has to sleep inside. He's traumatized.
Why? Why does he have to sleep inside?
We've reared his 2 sons, and now his 2 sons bully him. So of a night, he waits by the back door, and I have to bring him in.
Does he wake you up first thing in the morning?
Yeah, he does.
This is the soap opera I want. Literally Jodie's animals with the backstories.
At home with the Prengas.
Well, actually, you know what the funniest thing was, and I shouldn't say this, the casting director will never have me again, but that's showbiz. I remember getting a call to say, do you want to do Dr. Dolittle?
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, yeah, the first female Dr. Dolittle. And they was like, no, it's to play the parrot. Well, that was it. I remember grabbing hold of a gin, just crying, going, oh, my career's over. I'll never
the parrot will be better than nothing. Stay there for a moment.
Stay.
The Loose Women are up next. What have you got on the show, Charlene?
Well, coming up, it's our big debate. Should violent prisoners be allowed to marry? Also, from wowing royalty to appearing on the cover of Vogue twice. Disability activist Sinead Burke will join us live. Plus, after Taylor Swift stopped her performance because of one, we're talking about the embarrassing times we've been caught out by a cramp. See you in 2.
Amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you,
ladies. Thank you.
Jodie, thank you for coming in. It's so lovely to see you. Come back and see us some more. We want to
It's
see
a pretty
this.
boy, then.
We want to see that tonight, Corrie. You'll get to see it.
Tonight at 8
spicy
o'clock.
between the two. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.